A very good morning. Welcome to Up and Adam. There's no denying it. We just got to embrace the day. But we got you for the next 3 hours. We're going to ease you into things. In fact, we're going to bring a whole lot of love and energy and happiness.
I like that. In fact, the science of happiness. Now, the series is going to be started today with our favorites, Brett Shuttleworth, Joe van der Kerk, and Kobus Visser. You might remember them the last time they were here when Kuhle walked on glass. And today we're going to be exploring why balance is the key to living a happier and also a healthier life.
And I think we all want to plug into that this morning. Then Chef Drekus Brink celebrates the humble guava and shows us why proudly South African fruit, and we do produce some of the best, deserves a place back on our own tables. And he's going to whip up 3 delicious recipes on the culinary hotline. Bling!
Ting, ting, ting! I've never heard that guavas can be used in this type of way before, but I'm excited to see what he has to offer. And then all-time favorite Louise Carver joins us to chat about Women's Weekend and also a special live performance is taking place going down this weekend, 7th to the 9th of August. It's such an exciting time that we're living in right now.
Oh, we love it, man. And we're going to approach life from every angle that we can, and we're going to do our best to be presentable for you this morning.
We tried.
The looks are looking great. I wish you could spend a little bit of time with us in the wardrobe and makeup area before the shows. We discuss, you've now become public property for the whole studio. We love getting car dressed in the morning, but I think I've got to ramp it up just a little bit this morning. What I'm loving about this fabric, it is crease-free. For someone who moves around as much as I do and has like 14-hour days, absolutely love it. It's sleek, it's fitted, it feels pretty slick. Absolutely love it. So I do feel like I'm ready for my official duties. So we are going to officially set sail and get into those news headlines.
Let's do it. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's get straight into those national news headlines to kickstart the show. Where the South African Social Security Agency says beneficiaries whose grants are under review will receive their August payments on Friday, one day after the normal payment cycle ends. Now, SASSA has urged affected recipients not to panic or even to rush to its offices if payment is delayed. The agency says those selected for review must still complete the process during August, and that's to avoid possible suspension or even lapsing of their grants. Beneficiaries are also reminded to keep their contact details and personal information up to date. In other news, and heading to the mother city now, Cape Town International Airport's main runway has reopened after a Kenya Airways aircraft suffered a tire failure on landing yesterday, temporarily disrupting flight operations. Now, Airports Company South Africa says the disabled aircraft has been removed and normal operations have resumed, although some delays may continue while airlines clear the backlog. Now, during the closure, arriving flights were diverted to other airports, while international departures were temporarily suspended. All passengers and crew were safely evacuated from the aircraft, and no injuries, thankfully, were reported. In your international news making headlines now, the European Union has expressed support for Spain following a major migrant influx into the country's North African territory of Ceuta. Now, Spanish authorities say around 72,000 migrants crossed the enclave over 2 days, with an estimated 70,000 later returning to Morocco. At least 75 people died on the Spanish side of the border, while 11 deaths were reported in Morocco. Now, EU interior ministers have praised Spain's response and called for a coordinated European approach to managing migration amid growing political tensions. Well, in other news, 3 lions have died from suspected heat stroke, and that's at Tokyo's Tama Zoology Park, as Japan endures another spell of extreme summer weather. Now, zoo officials say 10 of the park's 16 lions have shown signs of heat-related illness since mid-July, with several still receiving treatment. Now, veterinarians believe the combination of high temperatures and humidity caused dehydration and multiple organ failure. The zoo has introduced additional cooling measures, including water sprays, improved ventilation, and portable air conditioners. And all of that, of course, is to help protect the remaining animals. Well, let's close off with this news heading to Tinseltown as Tom Holland's latest outing as Spider-Man has spun an extraordinary web at the global box office with Spider-Man Brand New Day. earning an estimated $928 million worldwide in its opening weekend. Now, the film delivered the second biggest North American debut in box office history, narrowly behind Avengers Endgame. Starring Holland alongside his wife Zendaya, Mark Ruffalo, Florence Pugh, as well as Sadie Sink, the blockbuster has delighted audiences around the world. Now, its remarkable success has also given cinemas a major boost, ending a lengthy wait for a blockbuster capable of drawing huge crowds back to the big screen. I can't wait to get my bum on a seat to watch the goodness of the new Spider-Man. But now, though, that's where we leave your 6 o'clock news. Let's get those first sporting highlights. Graham standing by.
Thank you so much, my friend. There's only one place to begin this morning. Let's start with Wafcon and Banyana. Banyana have booked their place in the quarterfinals of the Women's African Cup of Nations. They did give us some grey hairs in the process. Hard-fought 1-0 victory over Burkina Faso last night. Tembe Kgatlana scoring the only goal of the match, but that's all they needed as South Africa secured second place in Group B and advanced to that knockout stage as a result. In our other Group B match, still looking very strong, Cote d'Ivoire, they finished top of the standings with a 2-1 win over Tanzania. But ladies, well done. We are through. Maybe the early test might prove to be the difference here. Now let's look at the bigger picture football story right now. FIFA President Gianni Infantino is now facing even more pressure after abandoning plans to sell stakes in a new commercial unit that would have controlled FIFA competitions. So the proposal sparked a backlash from major football bodies, including UEFA, CONCACAF and the AFC, which criticized the lack of consultation and transparency. And several national federations have also reportedly withdrawn their support for Infantino ahead of next year's FIFA presidential election. He might have backed the wrong horse. Well, there is only one horse we are backing at the moment. Nah, he's a bit more of a wild animal. Let's get into the Springbok lane right now. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has welcomed back several key players for Saturday's Rugby Championship clash, of course, up against Argentina. Erasmus making 13 changes to the side that beat Wales, with only Apalela, Fassi and Kobus Ranach retaining their places in the starting lineup. Captain Siyakalisi, Ibn Etzebeth, Lut de Jacha and Sasha Feinberg and Gomazulu all returned from injury. I'm sure pretty terrifying for Argentina. What a squad we have at the moment. Now let's get back onto two wheels and into the Tour as Marlon Ressa won Stage 4 of the Tour de France Femme, a 21-kilometer individual time trial from Gevrey-Chambertin to Dijon. So the Swiss rider completed the course in 27 minutes and 30 seconds, very quick, with Dutch rider Lieke Nuygen finishing 4 seconds behind her. And Ressa's victory also moved her into the overall race lead, now with just the slimmest 14-second advantage in that yellow jersey now, as she enjoys topping the general classification. That's where we leave our sport for now, albeit we're going to have some sporting superstars, some amazing human beings stepping out of sports into the science of happiness, which we love. And we're going to connect you with that energy as we progress this morning. But right now, let's find out what we have to wear today and get that weather.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Let's delve straight into your weather at the halfway point to the weekend. Well, Polokwane, you are our first stop for the morning. On your side, it's all about those partly cloudy skies that will take over your Wednesday. Temperatures will start from a low of 5 degrees, and that will rise to a high sitting at 24. Now, looking ahead, sunny skies continue to dominate, with tomorrow's daytime high sitting at a nice 26 degrees. Bit of a cold start, though, of 6 degrees throughout the week. And then out in Klerksdorp, sunny conditions will take over your skies throughout the day today. As for your temperatures, they'll range between a cool 4 and a warmer high of 24 degrees. Now looking into the week, temperatures peak at 26 tomorrow before decreasing slightly to 25 by Friday, 24 by Saturday. And then out in Pretoria, blue skies and sunshine will make for a pleasant day ahead. 8 degrees is where you get started as your minimum, your max, while it's sitting at 23. Now, sun-filled days are here to stay as we move through midweek, with daytime highs reaching 26 degrees tomorrow. A low of 9 is what will welcome you. And then out in Johannesburg, clear skies and sunshine are on the cards for you today. Temperatures will range between a cold 7 and a high sitting at 21. As we look at the week ahead, sunny skies define your days, with daytime highs sitting at 22 degrees consistently between Thursday and Friday. All right, Mbombela, on your side, today's forecast calls for mostly sunny skies. Your temperatures will climb from a low sitting at 9 to a high at 27. Now, Thursday sees temperatures reaching that high of 28 degrees, the peak for the week. It's the warmest day under sunny skies with a chilly start of 11. The beautiful Bloemfontein's up next, where you can expect mostly sunny conditions for much of today. Now, your temperatures, they'll sit between a nippy 4 degrees and that high coming at you at 23. Now, you can expect some sunny skies to continue as the days progress, with pleasantly warm temperatures reaching those mid-20s. To the coastline we go. Let's get a stop off at Richards Bay, where you can expect a sunny day ahead. Light northeasterly winds will meet you. Now, temperatures will range between 14 and 27 today. Sunny skies take center stage in the coming days, with both cloudy and wet conditions expected to move in from next week. And then out in Durban, South Africa's playground can expect some sunny conditions to take over your Wednesday. Temperatures will move between 14 and 24. Now, sunny skies will turn cloudy as the days do progress, with tomorrow's temperatures sitting between 16 and 27, which again is the peak for the week. And then out in Mthatha, it's mostly sunny skies that will dominate the forecast for you for today. Your temperatures will start at 9 and reach a high and a warm point of 27. Now, the coming days bring a mix of sunny but also cloudy conditions. Friday, you can expect a 25% chance of rain. Uba, your turn now, where skies will remain partly cloudy for much of your day. A cold start of 5 degrees will warm up to 26 as it does develop. Now, tomorrow ushers in sun-filled skies with lingering clouds. Your daytime high is sitting at 25 degrees. On Saturdays, your peak at 28. All right, Kugompo City, your Wednesday will begin under partly cloudy conditions. Great temperatures, though. It'll range between 14 and 26. As the days do progress, partly cloudy skies will continue, with temperatures holding steady in those upper teens to lower 20s. And then out in Gqeberha, your day kicks off under partly cloudy skies. Your temperatures will start from a low of 12 and then rise to a high sitting at 28. Now, tomorrow you'll look up to cloudy skies that will turn sunny by Saturday, with temperatures moving between 12 and 22. And then out in gorgeous George, mostly cloudy skies will define your day today. Temperatures range between a cool 10 and a high of 24. Now, cloudy and wet conditions will take over the next 2 days, with rain sitting at 45% tomorrow, easing into 30% by Friday. Let's see what Cape Town has to offer next. Morning clouds will give way to sun-filled afternoon. That will be accompanied by winds traveling at 34 kilometers per hour coming from the north. Today's temperatures will range between 13 and 16 degrees, as you can expect a 25% chance of rain that increases to 70% by tomorrow. All right, Sutherland, on your side, it's mostly cloudy conditions that will take over your day. That will be accompanied by winds up to 31 kilometers per hour. As for your temps, they move between 1 and 20 degrees. Now, tomorrow ushers in partly cloudy skies with temperatures between 1 and 15, continuing for the rest of the week. And then out in Kimberley, skies are set to remain mostly sunny throughout your day. Temperatures start from a cold 6 degrees, rising to a pleasantly warm 26. Now, sunny skies will stick around with daytime highs sitting in those mid-20s. It will peak at 27 tomorrow and on Saturday. Final stop, let's pull up in Uppies. Out in Uppington, your Wednesday will be filled with mostly cloudy skies. A bit of a cold start of 4 degrees, but that warms up beautifully to 28 today. Now, the days ahead remain bright and sunny with dry conditions dominating the forecast, while temperatures will remain on the warmer side, reaching highs of 28 to 30 degrees. Well, beautiful weather across the country. We're hoping you feel a bit more prepared to tackle on this Wednesday. For now, though, Dwayne Klaassen out in Albertville in Johannesburg sent this gorgeous morning view. And Dwayne, come on. Thank you so much for always coming through with the most beautiful images. I imagine you have a folder that says just for Expresso show to make sure that you always make us smile and make us feel so good in the morning. 22 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town. That's your reward, Dwayne, for making sure the show gets started on the right note. Well, now we still have 7 and 8 o'clock to get into. WhatsApp us on our line 063 0369 649 as we delve into a great show that lies ahead.
And maybe this moment of just stepping outside and taking a photo, getting into that green energy, taking a deep breath, that's the thing you do to regulate, to balance. This morning we are in search of the science of happiness, and we are starting to clock it. In this beautiful era of information sharing, open-mindedness, we are discovering new ways of bringing balance to life. So when it gets like that for you, and it's probably that time of the year, what do you do to bring balance back? How do you find regulation in your world? For me, certainly getting physical, getting into a martial arts training mode, one of the best ways that I can connect with my body, ground myself. But I've discovered, for me, it's my kids, ultimately. A little bit of time with my kids in nature, and it's like I've been away for months. But what does that look and feel like for you? We want to know. This is an information sharing kind of a show. We're going to open up a safe place so we can be a little bit vulnerable, but ultimately we are going to work towards the ultimate breakthrough experience this morning. My friend, are you ready for the ultimate breakthrough experience?
Listen, the last time these three gents were here, they expected me to walk on glass. So this time around, I don't know what to expect, really.
I think the last time Kobus Visser was here, the Viking that we love so much, I think I had an opportunity to wash Ryle's feet.
Wow.
In the most beautiful ceremony. I think it was during one of their stops here, but there is something about creating a bit of ceremony, a bit of intention behind these powerful moments, and with you, kind of a tribe around you, you like-minded people, what you can achieve is amazing. Hence, why these guys like Brett Shuttleworth, Kobus Visser, Joe van Niekerk, one of my favorite rugby players, he made me believe that I could. He did, he really did. But now they're making everyone believe that we can, offering us an opportunity to step into their beautiful bubble, to have that breakthrough experience. So maybe you're on the verge, maybe you feel like you're about to explode and you need to do something about it. Maybe you just hit that plateau. It's time for your breakthrough, and we start the process after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Well, we promised you a culinary journey this morning, and we love it when we go local. South African guava growers are facing rising production costs and weak consumer demand, which is surprising because it's kind of one of our gems, with pressure across both the fresh and the processing markets, I think, in general. As producers plant less and profitability becomes increasingly difficult, the future of this wonderfully nostalgic and versatile fruit now is under strain. So let's push back. Joining us is Chef Driekus Brink, who's career has been shaped by farms, nearly a decade in Bertus Passon's kitchens. Sure, that in itself is an education and a deep respect, obviously, for seasonal South African produce. Well, today he leads Toevlug at Annandale Wines in Stellenbosch. Excuse the very English accent, where honest flavour and simple ingredients take centre stage, which is why he is our hero today. Buddy, welcome to it. Can we get a round of applause? I know we don't have a live studio audience.
Thank you very much.
I wish we did, man. I wish we had like at least 20 people here just screaming your name,
Thanks,
throwing petals at you as you walked in, because you deserve it. You obviously have a deep love for where you come from, but I would imagine having the farming background and coming from that lane. So how did you and Bertus find each other? Where did your culinary journey kind of kick in?
So we started our journey as a trainee chef. So I studied in Pretoria at Prue Leith Chefs Academy.
Oh, wow,
And
okay.
then I got sent down as sort of a guinea pig to Bertus's kitchen. So I was sort of the
Who's
first
strong
thing-
enough? Who can do it?
They're like, send this farm boy.
He doesn't know better.
Yeah. So I went there in 2014, and then I did my training with him as an intern, and then I got offered a job. I did pretty well, and then I worked myself up throughout the kitchen brigade, and now we're business partners. And yeah.
That's wonderful. And I think he understands that you bring something that he might not be as passionate about.
Yeah.
Clearly, your heart is very much in local produce.
Yes,
Why
definitely.
is that so vitally important for you?
It's all about community, you know. We build restaurants that's more based for the community, you know. In Cape Town, it's more sort of seasonal with tourism, you know. So we like to build restaurants. Toevlug is more of like a community restaurant. So by supporting local farmers and local suppliers, they support us back by dining with us throughout the year, not just in summer.
See, now that's farm to table.
Yeah,
That's farm. It's a
That's
cyclic thing. I absolutely love that. When you think about the guava, it is nostalgic, but
For sure.
it's so South African. You kind of think like it's always going to be there, but it feels like there's massive pressure, not just in that farming space, but specifically with the guava. What is going wrong at the moment? What are those pressure points?
I think people aren't eating enough fresh guava. So I like fresh guava, but they've got to be ripe. So you've got to treat it like an avocado. You buy it, you plan a little bit, you let it ripen, and you eat it fresh. So fun fact, guavas has got twice, like gram for gram, twice as much vitamin C than an orange.
Wow.
So in winter, you know, I just came off the flu, so I didn't eat enough fresh guava.
That's why we're having an all guava menu this morning. That's perfectly fine. I gather a lot of people are
glass of
suffering.
guava juice, so great source of vitamin C. And then people need to celebrate them when they're in season. The season is sort of now coming sort of to an end as spring is upon us, but you've got to preserve them. So you've got to catch them in their full glory, and we preserve them. I call guava sort of like a emotional support fruit. It's always there on a Sunday night. When you don't want to go to the shops.
And you're a bit lazy as well.
You have a little bit of custard in your cupboard, a little bit of ice cream, and then you just have that tinned guava, that poached guava that's preserved, waiting for you.
If ever there was an era to bring nostalgic food back, we've seen it with music. We are seeing it. I've seen a shrimp cocktail out there more often than I've seen in the last 20 years. There is an opportunity, but there is great value in this. So how do we push back then? Is it up to the likes of you, the kind of tip of the spear culinary-wise, introducing exciting ways of enjoying it?
Yeah.
Do we need to just back our farmers? How does this need to play out?
I think we need to look at the people in my industry need to look at it like in not just a sweet way. So if we can, it's so versatile. I've seen people at one of our other restaurants at Chorus. We've served it with a savoury fish course. So we poach it in like a spicy, fragrant, less sweet broth, and we serve it with raw fish, a little bit of chili, some coconut. Really good, sort of in a savoury way. Because we as South Africans, we always like to pair a little bit of sweet with savoury.
Yeah, we've got quite a complex palate for being quite simple folk, eh?
Definitely. And then we can also, you know, so in savoury, and then also it's so delicious to just have it in a barbecue sauce. You know, we love basting our meat with sort of
we're not shy. A bit of sticky,
so I've seen
sweet,
people
funky.
make barbecue sauce with chicken with guava, so spiced guava barbecue sauce, which is quite cool.
Ooh, I'm thinking once we start playing in the preserves and the chutneys, and there is an open playing field when it comes to the guava. If there is one thing that you wish you could highlight for people that you think they might have missed if we're going to now reintroduce the guava in all of its excitement? Like, what gets you most excited when you work with something like this? What's that
I think
X
for
factor?
me, we've taken a guava and we've done like a lot of things with it. I've salt baked it, and salt baking is quite interesting where you bake it in coarse salt. Salt pulls out the moisture, it intensifies the guava flavor. Now, guava can get so intense in flavor, especially when you cook it a bit further. So I grew up eating quite a bit of dried guava, those guava roll-ups.
Yeah.
You know, they're so intense. So loss of moisture, increase of flavor. So people don't cook it long enough. It's sort of, in the South African sort of household, it stops by poached guava. Well, I think if you cook it a bit further, there's some magic in there. So we're going to try and do that today, just now.
There is magic here, and it feels like in one way we are unpacking the science of happiness right now, because you know that food is our love language. But when you support ideas, notions like this, suddenly you're not just supporting the farmer, that individual farm, you're supporting the sector, you're supporting the restaurants, the ecosystem that feeds off it. Today, the guava is the hero, and we're going to embrace it not once, not twice, but 3 ways, I understand it.
Yeah.
So please, if you've got any conundrums, those culinary questions that you need answered, we got the A-team in this morning, and we're going to talk seasonal fruit in particular. The guava is center stage today.
Oh, we're definitely looking forward to that, Gray. Thank you so much to the chef for coming on through today. We've got 3 sessions with him, which I'm so excited to get into. For now, though, speaking about a session, I think it's time to get our sweat on. Now, if you've been telling yourself, let's be honest between us, I'll start my wellness journey tomorrow. Well, tomorrow has officially arrived. This morning, we're getting our bodies moving with Karabo Mpela, as well as Naledi and Cholu, the founders of Wannabe Wellness Girly. Love the name. We'll find out more about it in a bit. It basically is a community that's inspiring more people just to move and to feel good and realize that wellness doesn't have to be intimidating or even an all or nothing approach. Now, the Instagram page has become a go-to space for beginner-friendly workouts, wellness, motivation, and a supportive community, which we all need, that celebrates progress over perfection. Now, ladies, welcome. Looking gorgeous, and thank you for being with us this morning. I do want to do a little bit of a mythbuster right now.
Yeah.
So there's some people that really are so intimidated to step into the fitness and wellness world. What is one thing that you just want to dispel this morning and say, come hither, come through?
I think the very first thing is that it is for everyone. Like, you do not need to be ready. There is no such thing as ready. As a beginner, you just need to step into it and also find, take your time. I'm pretty sure Naledi's going to speak on that. Take your time, find the movement that works for you. It doesn't look like a specific thing. So
I love that.
Take this time and explore yourself.
I love that. Karabo Naledi, on your side?
I think also it's just stepping into it, right? As a cliche would say, it's just make the first move.
Yeah.
Most importantly, you will find your community, which is actually what it is all about. And you'll find the movement that actually works for you. So it may be Pilates or strength training, but you'll find your movement.
I love that. And also when you have a community, they hold you accountable.
Yes,
and sometimes you
really.
need that. You need that to get out of bed. So hopefully you're getting out of bed right now, because our wonderful ladies are going to take us through a demo, move a few things out the way, and make sure that you find yourself a softish landing so that we can get into it. So what are we doing today?
Thank you so much for that.
Let's go ahead.
Let's get moving. So find your mat or any open space in your living room, then quietly settle down onto it. So you're either on your knees or you're cross-legged. Roll your shoulders all the way to the back. So we're gonna do a mini scalp flow just to get into the day, to start our morning and to feel energized. So let's get started. Are you ready, Naledi?
I am.
Yay, awesome. So let's begin in a neutral tabletop. So your shoulders are over your wrists, your hips are over your knees. Then you want to imagine a nice table. Like, can you place a tray on it? Really engage, press away and engage into that core and be active. Take an inhale, drop your belly down, shine your chest. Feel that nice stretch into your back, roll your shoulders to the back. Exhale to press away and round up your spine. Bring your chin to chest. Let's do 2 more all together. Inhale to drop it down. Beautiful. Setting your intention to move, to start the day. What is some of the things that you want to achieve today? Think about that in this practice. Beautiful. And 1. Let's settle down back to a neutral tabletop. So now, lady, we're going to go into an easy twist. Take an inhale, right hand up. Follow your hand towards the ceiling. Then exhale, thread your needle by sending that hand under your left hand. Let's do 3 together. Inhale to open up through your chest and collarbone. Exhale to thread that needle through. 1 more. Beautiful. Exhale, send. Awesome. Now return that right hand down. Let's go the other side. Left hand. Take an inhale, send it up. Face the ceiling, follow with your head. Exhale to thread your needle, sending it under your right hand. Inhale, open. 2 more. Remember to keep breathing. It is a core principle of our movement. Breath before any movement. Beautiful. Let's settle down, lady. Left hand onto your mat. Now let's go into some bird dogs. Right hand to top of the mat. Left hand extends, left leg extends out. Take an inhale. Again, activate that core. Really press away. Bring your belly to spine. Exhale to press up. Squeeze into that up shoulder and into the glutes. Then inhale to lower down to tap. Exhale to lift up, squeeze. Nice. Inhale down, tap. Beautiful. Wake up those glutes. Squeeze. Inhale down, tap. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hold it up here and start passing it out. Those that know me know I love a good pass. Pass it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's go on the other side. Keep that core stable at all times. Take an inhale, left hand this time, right leg. Exhale, lift up, square your hips towards the mat. Then inhale, lower down. Beautiful. Exhale, lift, squeeze. 5, then down, reset. Lift for 4, down to reset. For 3, awesome. We hold and pulse in 2, stay with it. And 1, hold it up, pass it out. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful work. Easy peasy, Naledi. Hey?
Yeah.
Let's now face over to the right hand side. You're on your left knee for some supported side planks. Extend your right leg, right arm overhead. Beautiful. Lift your, okay, cool. Lift your right leg up. Just hold it out there. Then exhale, let's do 3. In. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, bring it in for 2. Inhale out to extend. And in for 1. One last one. Beautiful. What we do on the one side, we do on the other side. And if you're at home and you were following with us, please do it on the other side as well.
My goodness, I feel like they deserve a round of applause for that. No, you're a killer. The pulsing. I was sitting on the side going,
You have to pulse. You have to pulse. It's a
rather
classic
you ladies than me. Listen, Mzansi, I hope that you joined in at home for some movement today, just to get that blood flowing a little bit. Ladies, before you leave, where can people connect with you online?
Okay, so we are Wanna Be Wellness Girly on Instagram. That is the main page that you should find us. That is where we post all of our events and all of the sessions, like the Come With Us sessions, again, because you don't need to do it alone. So even if it's that running or the strength, literally just join the community on Instagram and reach out.
I love it. Wanna Be Wellness Girly, that's you and me. Even if you're a guy, you might be a girly, okay? Because we do want to get into our movement era. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
this
for
morning.
having us.
And we're definitely going to goal up to this level at some point, as we, of course, reach out to the gentlemen that are in the building, the 3 gents that are finally here. Come on. Joe, Brett, and Quivers are standing by on the other side of the break. We're going to switch gears just a little bit and introduce Sticks into the mix when it comes to the science of happiness.
Only you can make my day.
Welcome back. Look at my happy little face right now. I feel like a 4-year-old child before Christmas. And I want you all to plug into this feeling. There's a reason why we do the show that we do, passion and purpose. And we want you to introduce this into your own life. And happiness is a part of that conversation. It isn't something that we simply stumble across. It grows out of the choices that we make and the habits that we practice every day to make them become habits. Well, today we are going to launch a brand new Science of Happiness series by explaining just why finding balance between giving and receiving is the foundation of a healthier, happier life. Sounds great in the notion. Can we pull it off? Well, Brett Shuttleworth, Joe van Niekerk and Kobus Visser, presenters of the ultimate breakthrough experience. They are going to deliver this through retreats in the wild, and they're going to unpack the science behind finding that balance through conversation, through practical Hojo wooden sword demonstrations, and that's why they've brought in weapons. A rugby player, a male model, and a Viking walk into a wellness retreat. This is the most amazing thing for me. And for someone who lives on the other side of purpose, and I kind of think you either live your vocation, you live through the trade that you were given, and then you find your purpose, or you find your purpose and you apply it through your trade. And it feels like you guys have found that. Brett, good to see you, my friend. So I think every conversation like this should start with, how are you? Yes. Because you are sitting on the foot of something very exciting right now, my friend. Yeah. How are you doing, bud?
Firstly, thank you for having us, man. It's so beautiful to be here. Very beautiful. As you were sharing, being on purpose, right? Making a difference. When you make it about the universe, it makes it about you too. So we're so thrilled to be doing work for other people and at the same time, you know, working on ourselves while we're doing this. So it's a beautiful masterpiece.
Oh, and therein lies the joy and I suppose the terror of it. You've got to hold up a mirror, and sometimes what you see in the mirror can be a big, scary Viking staring right back at you. But finding the balance, especially for a man that's all in, and we do kind of tend to be all or nothing. Why is it so important to start looking at this practically, to start looking at the science of happiness? Because that feels like something I can work out, right?
Definitely. I think in every day we get a result. 1 + 1 = 2. So no matter what I do with the end result, if I make it bigger or smaller, the answer is going to still be the same. And we need to realize in the science that we all follow a strategy that gives us that result. And if we just change the strategy from 1 + 1 to 1 + 2, the result automatically changes. And that's why there's science behind it. It's not just focusing on the end result. It's become the creator of the end result.
I love that. And you get that pattern enough times and you actually believe it. It starts to sink in, even for the thickest heads, like ours, Joe. I loved you because you made me believe that I could do it in rugby. Like, you were just the most amazing rugby player, so thank you for being that. You're also naughty, which made me believe that there was a place for me in the world as well. You also found a different version of yourself, which was hugely powerful for me as being a physical person who needed to find martial arts again for myself. What is it for you? What was that big button push? Why was finding the balance again so vital for you?
Yeah, I think for me, I really wanted to just speak into that giving is receiving itself. When that balance is in play, your whole life changes. When you're giving, and there's taking, you can feel drained, and then your cup is empty. But when that's in balance and in flow, then, you know, everything is in equilibrium. And I think that finding that balance, it's an inside job, right? To find that within inside yourself.
It is, and we've been forced, let's be honest, since COVID, we've been forced to process. We've got to do it whether you want to or not. It's time for the dads to keep our sins. We're not going to hand them over to our kids. Martial arts becomes a beautiful vehicle for doing this. It makes you practical. It gets you grounded in the most practical way. Thank you for bringing wooden swords. That's all we really needed for today. No, talk us through this part of the process, because ritual and actually having a practical thing to do can be a very powerful thing.
Absolutely. You know, we all have methods in our lives to help us remember, right, that we're not this chaos, our thoughts and feelings every day. So Japanese martial arts is a method. It's one of the fastest growing methods in Japanese with regard to sales training, sports training. So it's really helping the practitioner get conscious, right? And every day when you pitch up conscious with a balanced intention for life, well, then the universe just starts flowing with you and not against you.
It manifests, man. And you're standing dangerously close to the manifestation station here. This white cup is one of the most powerful tools. So there's a reason why this is all manifesting today. Can you guys give us a bit of a demonstration? Just, I know you can't do a deep dive at the time that we've got, but we're going to be taking a few practical steps as we progress. So I would love to, and if you are open now, and this is your moment to connect to this energy. Please join us. So how do you kind of employ?
So are you ready to do a balance exercise?
100%.
Okay,
Yes.
so Joe, if you can come up, Brett,
Yeah,
if you can,
all
I
right.
can hold this for you.
You hold that. So remember, when you move as one, the universe moves with you. So when you two connect, if you're having a conversation or everything, it's about really connecting in the soul, way deeper, right? So what you're going to do is, you two are going to connect like that. I don't want to get in the way of the camera. Yeah,
Stay
let me go on that
connected in my
side.
eyes.
All right.
And we go that way.
And you're literally gonna do 3 steps backwards, 3 steps forward.
forward,
But you
yeah.
got to keep this between the two. Stay connected. Okay.
So
3,
push it.
2, 1, go. And go.
Locking and step forward
And
that
back.
way. There.
Nice.
There we go. Stay.
Nice.
Stay.
One more step. And go. Okay, stop. And that way now. That
It's in
way.
the eyes, though.
Conscious connection.
Stay
Yeah,
connected.
stay connected.
Let's go.
And we lock and lock. And then you
And
come.
go. And go.
There we go.
Stay
There
connected.
we go.
Stay connected.
And lock.
Stay connected. Very good. Very good.
It is. It's,
Man, give it a man.
do you know what I love about that? The second our eyes broke connection,
Yes, that's when
everything
it
drifted
falls.
away. Everything.
Everything.
Exactly.
You see the power of that. So when we're communicating, when you're asking your boss for a raise or you need to have that conversation, connect, right? So they can feel the authenticity in it, right?
There's something else too. What are you giving when you're asking?
Exactly.
If you're entering into one of these exchanges, yes, you know this is about you progressing in your own life, but what are you bringing to meet them there?
Yes.
What is that? This feels a bit like Chisao, sticky hands kind of vibe. There is something absolutely magical about this. So we have an opportunity to plug in and find our tribe. And I know what you do here extends to a community now of people that is growing. How do we connect? How do we be a part of the breakthrough, the ultimate breakthrough experience?
Yes.
Definitely. I think one thing is to realize is that we want to challenge people to go back and pay it forward and really give back to the people in our communities so that we can become servant leadership, right? And start serving others.
Servant
Our South
leadership.
Africa needs it at the moment, right? So how people can find us is we are on all social media and we have a website and all of that. But I think one thing is to realize is that find your inner strength, right? And that's maybe what we want to leave people with today is how do you tap into that? Where does your energy come from?
Yeah, where does
I
your
was
power
strong
come
enough to stand, well, not shoulder to shoulder, but
We did it.
You know?
We did it. But it's so true what you, Graham, because the connection, that's the thing. It's looking into another brother's soul, it's connecting with them, and then the exercise is flowing. But when you're not connected in that way, as you said, it breaks, then the stick falls.
Oh, man, and in this energy matrix, we live or die by that energy. What we take, we hand over to the next person and it gets passed around. And now you guys are a part of that matrix.
And the one thing about eye contact, South Africa is a word that says sawubona. I see you, brother.
I see you.
Yes.
Sawubona. I see you.
Sawubona.
Yes.
In the East, I stand for your greatness. Domo arigato. Namaste.
And so one thing, we want to, last thing to have you experience, right?
the power.
Is the power, where your power comes from. So if you're going to follow Brett now,
Okay, so stand there. So even in the audience, where do you think your power comes from? Where would you say it comes from?
Yeah, I kind of feel grounded. Does it not come from the ground?
Ground, okay. Mind, some people say heart.
Shoulders.
Your power
Yeah,
comes
your
from
muscles,
Your
yeah.
power comes from 4 fingers under your belly button. Here's your hara. Here's your core. In Japan, they can knock someone over without even touching them. Kia! Literally
why you
knock
always-
them over.
you're always going into your stance in a Japanese
So we are
martial
going to
art.
do our kia, right?
Okay.
If you do this properly, you snap the sword in half. From here, we're going to lift up above our heads. You can hold here. All right, so lift up and stay there. Stick straight. And when you come down, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and you stop here at kia. 3, 2, 1. Kia! Very good. And lift up. 3, 2, 1. Kia! One more. 3, 2, 1, and kia! Very good. Domo arigato.
Wow. Oh, we are going to have some fun with this. I love you guys for being here. I love you. You are big, strong alpha men, and you are stepping into vulnerable spaces. Absolutely love it. If you want to plug into this, stick around. We're going to keep those details coming. In fact, we're going to do one more kia to see you through the rest of your day. Now, we'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, and up, and kia!
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning, South Africa. My name's Clem Pedro, and welcome to the kitchen this fine Wednesday. It is the culinary hotline bling! Ting, ting, ting! Nice. Now, earlier we heard how declining guava consumption is placing pressure on South African farmers. Now, Chef Drickus joins us and teaches us how eating for the future is how we're actually going to solve this problem. Now, this morning he's going to be making some amazing guava-themed dessert. Think a take on guava and custard with a Chef Drickus twist. If you have any questions for myself or for Chef Drickus this morning, please do send us a WhatsApp voice note. That magic number 063-036-9649. Chef Drickus, welcome to the kitchen.
Thank you very much.
I am very excited because I sent you a message, I sent you a WhatsApp and I was like, listen, I need you in the kitchen because, and I'm not lying, you make the best guava and custard dessert I've ever tasted. So I'm having you in the kitchen today for a little take on that.
Awesome.
What are we making?
So we're going to make a flan, first of all. So that's going to be the custard element. It's basically a moerse, can I say moerse?
Yeah, you can be.
It's basically a huge creme caramel.
That's what you can say.
Yeah, it's a huge creme caramel.
I love it, but it starts off with
a little caramel.
A caramel, and this caramel is something that usually gets people because they think that making caramel is extremely difficult. Is it?
No. So people, no, you've got you've got to watch it, obviously.
Yes.
So you can't talk too much, okay? And then it's quite temperamental. It's all about timing. And people, the biggest mistake is they sort of put it on a lower heat. You've got to blast it on full heat.
What? That's the first time I've ever heard that. Yeah. Blast it on a full heat.
All or nothing, yeah.
Because you're standing there and you're monitoring it. That's why you're going full heat.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of sugar in here and then a tiny drop of water. Probably about 150 sugar to about 40 grams, 50 grams of water. The water is quite irrelevant, it cooks out. It's just sort of delays the caramelization process.
Right.
So you get an even caramel. And then while that's happening, we're going to quickly sort of get the custard going. We've got some idle milk, condensed milk, fresh cream.
Okay.
And then lacquer.
There we go, testing.
Lacquer.
So just basically everything goes into the...
Yeah, it's super simple. It's 400 grams of fresh cream. And then we're going to go 1 tin of condensed milk, 1 tin of idle milk. So it's all worked out nice and easy, no wastage, tin, you know.
I love that, actually, yeah.
I can't believe they took the tin away. I was going to lick out the condensed milk.
If it's not someone's looking at the back.
Yeah, for sure. So the caramel is coming to a little simmer here, which is good. And then we're going to crack 5 eggs. So you're going to...
Straight into this mix first?
Straight in, yeah.
Okay, I like this recipe.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems quite simple, but I understand why maybe people be intimidated. It's the technique of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, as you're saying, we're busy making a caramel, and you hear, and I know you're listening to that caramel, and you're hearing what's happening, right?
Yeah. As it gets quieter, the bubbles sort of go slower. Then there's less moisture, and the caramel is cooking to a high temperature. So when it's bubbling nice and fast, you don't have to watch it really. And then once it starts to go quiet, that's when you need to.
So if I can ask, if you can actually move your mic a little close, so the viewers can actually hear what you're talking about. So at the moment, that is a, there we go. You can hear the bubbles are kind of bigger.
Yeah.
And you don't want it. You want the bubbles to, so actually you want them to start getting bigger, right?
Yes, towards the end, yeah.
Okay.
So nice and fine, quick, rapid boiling in the beginning, and then they're going to go slower and bigger. And that's, I did the temperature yesterday as I tried a recipe just to make sure. And we're looking at like 150, 160, but we're going to go by eye today. That's okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
So a quick blend, not too much air.
You say when,
Pretty good, huh?
There we go. Nice.
Very nice.
And I get it, because of a flan or a flan, it's quite dense, and you don't want the bubbles.
No.
Which is also probably why we're going to strain it as well, am I right?
We're going to strain it just to make sure it's nice and smooth, and it also strains out some air bubbles, yeah.
It's really simple. I don't know why we don't make it more often.
And this is super nice for a dinner party because you can do it the day before. It needs to settle for a few hours. So I've prepared one for us already.
Nice.
And it just needs to settle a bit in the fridge, and then you take it out when you're ready.
This is, okay, my mind is absolutely blown because this is one of my favorite desserts. I've never made it before, and seeing how simple it is actually just unreal.
Yeah.
The caramel's going. We are going to keep an eye on that. So we're looking for what kind of color, Chef?
I like it a bit darker.
Quite dark, okay.
Yeah. And this is ready. And now we're going to start with the poaching liquid because we want to sort of infuse the flavors along.
Absolutely.
So in this pot over here, Because we can multitask, right?
We
That's
can, we
yeah,
can.
okay. We've got some sugar, and we've got some water, equal quantities. And we're just going to start flavoring that with a little bit of vanilla, which is really nice.
That's for the actual guavas. Are we going to peel the guavas when we poach them?
Yes, we
Okay,
are.
so when we come back, we're going to pour that beautiful amber caramel into the dish, pour our custard in, and show you this amazing poached guava. Do not go anywhere. Stay tuned. It's the Culinary Hotline Bling!
Ding, ding, ding!
Yes, it is.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back.
It's been a great show, is
It
all
really
I'm
has,
saying.
eh?
I've been watching you from a distance. Just get into your power and your element, your Kia.
You don't understand. So I love all of these guys, yeah, and I think you know that because we've had like parallel paths in the industry.
Right.
But for me, Joe van Niekerk was like, I loved him as a rugby player because he was a little bit naughty and because he was like, I could kind of see myself, obviously not in his ability of rugby, but just from the set that he came from, to see him in that phase of his life and helping so many men. There's some lost guys out there,
It's
hey?
true.
There are some lost men out there in so many phases of life. So to have guys like that just owning it and still being masculine in that way, just magic, man.
10
Absolute
out of
magic.
10. It does remind us, though, that sometimes in life, it is about taking a break. You know, we have great conversations. It doesn't always happen in meeting rooms, for example. It happens over a cup of something warm and something absolutely delicious to dip alongside that.
I know, we're dropping hard hints here for someone to bring us something delicious to drink. I might have been the person who drank all the coffee in our studio for the last week. No, I absolutely love it. We are beginning to realize how important it is to have these little connects. So whether you're catching up with family around the kitchen table, which we often forget that we need to do because we see them all the time. Maybe it's laughing with friends, making those connections, sharing stories with colleagues during a quick break. Just take the edge off.
Come on, speaking about family.
And angels and such things. I love you, Lucy. And made to spec as well, because we have very different coffee orders in this place.
We do, don't we?
But we have the most bizarre little kind of, I'm going to call them debrief sessions.
I like that.
Where I need to unpack now the samurai sword moving into culinary hotline.
100%.
But it's amazing how we can shift gears and change when you're intentional about it. Now imagine applying that in a work environment. Okay, that doesn't feel like a playground like ours does, but it's amazing.
But it is about intention. It is about just taking a moment for yourself, like you said, creating a different work culture in the space in and around you. And when I think about the type of conversations I've had over a warm beverage, it takes me back to these conversations with a friend I had, Tony Bach. She's now Tony Adams with 2 children grown and living her life. But we always used to gather at my mom's house, have a cup of tea, and get into they call them DMCs.
Okay.
Deep, meaningful conversations.
Oh, I like that.
And about 3 cups of tea later, like we've just left our hearts on the table, because there really is something about connecting over a moment like this.
Is it for you or is it for them?
It's for both.
It's the duality. It's you give a little,
two-way
you get a little.
moment. Absolutely. It's a reciprocal relationship where you put a little something, I put a little something. And it doesn't have to be 3 hours. Sometimes it does just take a good 10 minutes.
Can I tell you, you've just reminded me of something. Most of my mom and our conversations would play out in the long trip where she would have to pick me up from boarding school. And I would be on an insane bus trip to get there, and then she would come and pick me up. But generally, it would be at the end of a term where she would be given the download of all the naughty things that I had done. And then it would be a 6-hour drive home. If my gran was with us, in dead silence until we dropped my gran off, and then she would pull over, and then we'd have the conversation.
It to you.
But we have the most insane connection when I drive and she's co-pilot, and we're having a little flask, and we may be dipping and we're chatting. Yeah. We just take the edge off. But the richness of our relationship through just those conversations. I've learned about her journey. I've learned about my family's history.
Wow.
As much as her and I fight, and we are like oil and fire, it's because we are exactly the same, not because we are different, and that makes me so proud.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have learned those. It's not big, meaningful conversations. It's the light conversations that can land easily. So there is value. And how good is this wrap?
So good.
My goodness.
We don't say it enough, but Auntie Sue, we do love you so much.
All our hearts.
With all our hearts. And of course, you should grab an Oh My Rusk and have a little drink along with it. Put your phones down. Pour yourself a warm drink. Grab a rusk and enjoy a little rusky business with the people around you. And then don't forget, you could win your office a share of 150,000 individually wrapped Oma rusks. It's really simple to enter.
Did you just say rusky business?
Rusky
That's ridiculous.
business.
No, we like the idea of 150 individually rusks. You can head to omar.co.za. You can nominate your amazing office, then complete the very simple entry form and confirm your email address. That's vital, and you're in. But those T's and C's apply. All the best of luck. Happy dipping.
Let's get
This is absolutely delicious.
7 dips.
Breakfast.
Unavailable for meeting activities. I'm on a break.
Andre!
I'm on a break!
Well, it's just a moment before 7 o'clock. Let's delve straight into your national news headlines, where Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana says the medium-term budget policy statement in October will include funding for programs to combat gender-based violence as well as femicide. Now, he made the commitment after accepting a memorandum from ANC Women's League members who picketed outside the National Treasury out in Pretoria. The League has called for urgent funding to implement government interventions, arguing that little progress has been made since the GBVF was declared a national disaster last year, despite the establishment of several structures and work streams. Now, in other national news, the South African Social Security Agency, or SASSA, says beneficiaries whose grants are under review will receive their August payments on Friday, one day after the normal payment cycle ends. Now, SASSA has urged affected recipients not to panic or even rush to the offices if payments are delayed. The agency says those selected for review must still complete the process during August to avoid possible suspension or even lapsing their grants. Beneficiaries are also reminded to keep their contact details and personal information up to date. Let's take a look at those international news making headlines now, starting with the Ukrainian defense company Firepoint that has secured agreements with more than a dozen European defense firms to help develop a new missile defense system aimed at intercepting Russian ballistic missiles. Now, the company says it is integrating radar, guidance, and tracking technologies, with the first successful interception targeted for mid-2027. Now, Ukraine currently relies heavily on United States-made Patriot systems, but shortages of interceptor missiles have increased the need for alternatives. Firepoint says its interceptor is expected to cost significantly less than existing missile defense systems. Meanwhile, the European Union has expressed support for Spain following a major migrant influx into the country's North African territory of Ceuta. Now, Spanish authorities say around 72,000 migrants crossed into the enclave over 2 days, with an estimated 70,000 later returned to Morocco. At least 75 people died on the Spanish side of the border, while 11 deaths were reported in Morocco. Now, EU interior ministers have praised Spain's response and called for a coordinated European approach to managing migration amid growing political tensions. Now, for your 7 o'clock news, we end off with a woman in the southern Italian town of Bitonto that is celebrating a €1 million lottery win after refuse workers recovered her winning ticket from a truckload of rubbish. Now, after realizing the winning ticket had been collected with the household waste, she turned to local refuse workers for help. Against the odds, they trace the correct track and also spend more than a day carefully searching through rubbish before finding that winning ticket. The emotional reunion left the winner in tears because the search involved additional costs. She agreed to reimburse the waste company a small price to pay for recovering her life-changing prize. Well, congratulations to her. That is where we leave your 7 o'clock news. But speaking about winning, let's get straight into sports.
And yes, there can only be one starting point when it comes to sport. Banyana are through. Banyana Banana have officially booked their place in the quarterfinals of the Women's African Cup of Nations. That was after a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Burkina Faso last night. Temi Kgatlana scoring the only goal of the match as South Africa secured second place in their Group B and advance now to the knockout stage, thankfully, after a few grey hairs for the fans, certainly. Then in our other Group E encounter, Cote d'Ivoire, they continue to look very strong and they top the standings with a 2-1 win over Tanzania. Now let's look at the bigger picture footballing story, and the narrative is not looking good for FIFA President Gianni Infantino. He is facing growing pressure, yet more pressure, after abandoning now plans to sell stakes in a new commercial unit that would have controlled FIFA competitions. So the proposal sparked a massive backlash from major football bodies, including UEFA, CONCACAF and the AFC, which criticized the lack of consultation, how quickly it was moving as well, and the lack of transparency. Several national federations have also jumped on board, reportedly withdrawing their support for Infantino critically ahead of next year's FIFA presidential election. Now, we've got other matters to worry about when it comes to selections, and I think Rassie is going to be scratching his head ahead of the big New Zealand challenge lying ahead of us. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has welcomed back several key players for Saturday's Rugby Championship clash up against our old foes Argentina, making 13 changes to the side that beat Wales, and only Apalele Fassi and Kobus Reinach, in fact, retaining their places in that starting lineup. But terrifyingly for our opponents, for the next few months, Captain Siya Kolisi, Eben Etzebeth, Lut de Jager and Sasha Feinberg and Gomazulu all returning from injury. It's a deep squad, sure. And we round off by getting back onto two wheels and into the Tour as Marlon Rasseur won stage 4 of the Tour de France Femme, a 21-kilometer individual time trial that took us from Gevrey-Chambertin to Dijon. The Swiss rider was very quick, completing the course in 27 minutes and 30 seconds, with Dutch rider Lieke Nugent finishing just 4 seconds behind her, and it's getting tight now. Rasseur's victory also moving her into the overall race lead, but she's got just a 14-second advantage in that yellow jersey in the general classification, so we will watch that space. But that is where we leave our sport for now. Another big thank you to Joe and the lads for stepping into our studio, for showing a different side to the power of movement this morning and the science of happiness. Not to dull the mood, let's get into the traffic. So let's start our little track up in Cape Town in the northern suburbs. In fact, in the mother city, congestion has been reported on the R300 northbound that's approaching the N1 inbound at the Stellenberg interchange. Traffic is mounting. Daily commuters, please expect delays. Allow for a little extra travel time, and as always, look after each other out there.
Every journey should be more rewarding. Simply fill up at Shell, scan your Shell V Plus rewards card and pay using your ABSA Visa card. Enjoy up to 30% real cash back through ABSA Rewards, up to 50 cents per litre instant cash back on fuel through Shell V Plus rewards, and up to 2.5% cash back on qualifying in-store purchases. Every journey is another opportunity to earn. Keep filling up, keep earning with Shell V Plus rewards and ABSA Rewards.
Now that we are rewarding you and inspiring you to get out there and explore this beautiful country, let's find out how it's going to feel across your part of the world. So we start up north in Polokwane. Partly cloudy skies are going to take over your day today. Your temperatures start from a low of 5 degrees, but do rise to a beautiful daytime high of 24. And casting our gaze ahead, sunny skies continue to dominate. Tomorrow's daytime high sitting at 26 degrees, albeit with a chilly 6-degree start, and it kind of stays in that lane for the rest of the week. Clackstop, good morning to you. Sunny conditions are going to take over your skies throughout the day today. Temperatures ranging between a chilly 4 degrees, but also setting at a beautiful 24 as your high. And then looking into the week, temperatures peaking at 26 tomorrow before decreasing to 25 on Friday and then tapering off over the weekend, but no rain to speak of up until the end of the weekend, in fact. Pretoria, good morning to you. Blue skies and sunshine are going to make for a very pleasant day, and temperatures ranging between a minimum of 8 and a max of 23 degrees as a result. Then sun-filled days are here to stay, thankfully, as we move through the midweek. Your daytime highs reaching 26 degrees and staying in the mid-20s for the rest of the week. Josie, good morning to you. You've got clear skies above and sunshine on the cards today. Temperatures ranging between chilly 7 and setting at 21 as your max. And as we look ahead, sunny skies are going to define the coming days. Your daytime highs setting at 22 degrees tomorrow. In fact, over the rest of this week. Mbombela, our next stop, and today's forecast calls for mostly sunny skies as well. Your temperatures climbing from a low of 9 and setting at a balmy 27 degrees as your daytime high. And then Thursday sees temperatures reaching a high of 28, even better, bringing the warmest day of the week and maybe winter, in fact, under sunny skies, albeit with again a chilly start at 11 degrees. Bloemfontein, a very good morning to you. Those mornings start still very chilly. 4 degrees is where you kick off your day, and you do reach, though, thankfully, a high of 23 degrees. And then you can expect sunny skies to continue as the days progress. Pleasantly warm temperatures reaching the mid-20s throughout. Richards Bay, our next stop. Good morning to you. You can expect a beautiful sunny day ahead, albeit with a light northeasterly wind. Temperatures ranging between a cool 14 and a high of 27 degrees. And then sunny skies take center stage over the coming days as well. Cloudy and wet conditions expected to move in from next Monday, though. Derbs, are you feeling like the playground that you are? Well, sunny conditions are taking over your day. Temperatures started at 14 degrees and they'll set at a moderate 24. And sunny skies are going to turn a little cloudier as the days progress. Tomorrow's temperatures sitting between 16 and 27 degrees before tapering a little going into the weekend. Umtata is our next stop, and sunny skies are going to dominate the forecast today. Temperatures ranging between a cool 9 degrees and a high of 27. And over the coming days, we've got a bit of a mix of sunny and cloudy conditions. Your Friday bringing a 25% chance of rain to note, and then Sunday that kicks into a higher gear. Nkuba, welcome to you. Skies will remain partly cloudy for most of your day. Temperatures moving as a result between 5 and 26 degrees. And then tomorrow ushers in sun-filled skies, albeit with some lingering clouds. And your daytime high sitting at 25 degrees after that chilly 7-degree start. Kogompo City, your midweek will begin under partly cloudy conditions today. Temperatures ranging from a chilly 14 degrees, but rising all the way to a beautiful 26 max. And as the days progress, partly cloudy skies are going to continue, with temperatures holding steady in those lower 20s. Saturday does look good, though. Tabaga, good morning to you. Your day kicks off under partly cloudy skies. Temperatures starting from a low of 12 degrees, rising to, again, a balmy 28 degrees. Embrace that. And then tomorrow you can look up to cloudier skies that are going to turn sunny by Saturday, thankfully. Temperatures moving between 12 and 20 degrees as we embrace our Klein Vrydag tomorrow. Gorgeous George, how are you feeling this morning? Well, mostly cloudy skies are going to define your day. Temperatures ranging between a cool 10 degrees to set at 24. And then cloudy and wet conditions are going to take over the next 2 days. In fact, rain sitting at 45% tomorrow, easing to 30% by Friday. Good morning to the mother city, Cape Town. How are you looking this morning? Well, morning clouds are going to give way to a beautiful sun-filled afternoon, albeit very moderate temperatures, and we have winds traveling at around 34 kilometers an hour coming in from the north, adding a little bit of spice. Today's temperatures ranging between only 13 and 16 as a result. The rain starts today 25%, but that kicks into 70% tomorrow. Sutherland, you've got partly cloudy conditions taking over your day today, accompanied by a strong one, a wind of 31 kilometers an hour. Your temperatures kick off at 1 degrees. We might have left that behind us already, and you'll set at 20 today. Then you've got chillier days ahead of us. If you look at that temperature range tomorrow, just 1 degree and 15, our entire scope for the day. Kimberley, our next stop, and skies are set to remain mostly sunny throughout your day today. Temperatures start at a cold 6 degrees, rising to a pleasantly warm 26. And your skies are, sunny skies are going to stick around. Look at that beautiful temperature range to see us through the weekend, peaking in the upper 20s. We love the sound of that. Uppies, as always, our final stop in our whistle stop tour. You've got a gorgeous day ahead, albeit with a chilly 4-degree start, but you climb to 28 degrees as your daytime high. And how does it look over the coming days? Pretty much the same. Savor the weekend. We've got the temperatures on the warmer side reaching the highs of 28 degrees by Saturday. We love that. So we had a great opening account for our sunrise views this morning. So let's see if Merv Fenner can do better. Oh, he's got the morning mist. I love it. He has probably given us about 50 ways that you can tell it's early without telling that it's early. I love that. That speaks to a day just starting to wake up. That's going to give way to a 24-degree daytime high. Big Merv, we love you, guy. Thank you so much for sending through the photos, as you do every day. If you can capture a better proof of life at this time of the day, if you think you can capture more of that early morning essence, the promise of a new day, I just want to see football being played on that field, you can embrace the day in a similar way. 0630369649. That is the number to use if you want to connect with us about anything. And today it's a mixed bag. We've got guavas in the culinary hotline. We are bringing one of the best and most versatile fruits back to center stage. But what else is coming up, my friend?
Oh, we're going to be breathing deeply to ground ourselves. Now, we started the show, of course, with the gents, showing us a different way to really engage with our power. And now in this hour, we really are going to get into something you and I can do together. So we hope that you'll take a moment out of your day to really get into beautiful breath work. And we can't wait for Talitha to take us through exactly what that's all about. In fact, there's a free Women's Day Rose Mandala ceremony that's happening. And we're going to plug you into all of that goodness straight after the break.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This Women's Day, yes, it's happening this weekend, the 9th of August. 100 women will gather on a Cape Town rooftop for a unique breathwork ceremony designed to offer something many women rarely receive, and that is deep restoration.
Could you see my chest just go as I try to process it? There's something powerful happening in the show today as we delve into the science of happiness. And we know that so much starts from our center, and our breathing is vital. And we've got the perfect facilitator for us this morning, breathwork facilitator and transformational experience curator Talita Kotza is here to tell us about her very special Women's Day Rose Mandela breath experience. Breath experience. You can see we're close to Mandela Day, and why she believes it's time for women to come home to themselves.
That's
How
right.
powerful does that sound?
I'm so excited, Talita. Welcome. And thank you for doing this. And thank you, of course, for joining us this morning.
Excuse me changing the entire modality of of what you do for your life's calling, but thank you for doing what you do, I think most importantly.
It's so special. And I love that you've really positioned the event in an interesting way. What inspired you to create a restoration space instead of a space for just connecting and networking and, you know, having that fast-paced usual events sort of situation?
I think there's a tendency for us to celebrate just how much we do as women for our children, for our partners, for our family, our friends, our colleagues. And of course, as women, we are now in a position where we can, there's so many opportunities for us. And we can be the nurturer and the provider. We can be running our own business and be a mother. And I think what's really important here is for us to just come home to ourselves and for us not to do so much, because the tendency is always to do too much. Overachieve, to perform too much, to give too much.
How do you turn that off?
And so for the intention for this gathering is for women just to come back to themselves and for us to create a space for them to just be, to come to a space where they can just receive.
Even as you said, I can feel my breath and the rhythm of what I'm doing changing, because our diaphragm, we know it's an emotional center and we use it physically. I've had some crazy nerves, but before some big like MOU signing things where you like a little MC who means nothing and suddenly you're the most important person. I'm backstage doing breathing exercises. There is something very practical about it, but I'm going to look at the emotional side of this conversation quickly, because I understand growing up in an all-female household, very often a woman who does everything will be validated by the fact that she does everything. Yeah. How do we separate ourselves as a woman who is expecting herself to do all of these things to be able to start this process of restoration? What does this journey begin like?
Yeah. So on the day, we are going to gather in circle. And the circle is actually an ancient technology. So women come into the circle and it's almost as if the body remembers what to do in that space. And it's a recognition. So it's almost as if you know what to do, you know how to be.
There's an ancient memory there. Yeah.
There's an ancient memory, exactly. Wow. And this comes through the breath as well. So we'll be utilizing that conscious connected breath in a very gentle way. But what's also important in this space is not just the breath, we're working with the rose. And so each woman will be invited to bring 2 roses, one representing a personal prayer and the other rose representing a collective prayer for all the women of South Africa.
Why is that important? And I say this because I'm on a mission at the moment, and I think she understands my energy here, and I think it has something to do with the relevance of my mother, who was such a powerful being and never really received the recognition for it. But now I look back, she met Mandela 4 times as a normal person, just popping up in these amazing situations because she would hold the line, because she was there to fight, because she had to do that. And I'm struggling with this idea that as she's entering the most potentially powerful phase of her life, she's now considered to be an old woman who must just be looked after. If anything, I want to go to her to get the advice of what to do. There is something about the collective within the female space, how we treat menopause. We've got it wrong. We are misunderstanding what it means. Why is it so important for women to re-engage and come home? And I would say for the second half of their lives, it feels like this is being pulled away. Why is this the battleground?
Yeah, we're stuck in this for all the reasons. But I love how you're saying this, because I think we need to call upon the elders. We need to sit at their feet.
There's a reason why menopause happens, to protect that knowledge.
Yes, it's the knowledge that comes through. So when you get to that crone stage of your life as a woman, we should all, the younger I still see myself as younger.
Rock on.
Although I'm like getting into that crone stage soon, and it's imminent. But to really sit at the feet of older women, and not to forget, we're celebrating Women's Day in South Africa on this Sunday because of what happened. In 1956, when about 20,000 women gathered to the union buildings, and they stood
set
there
against a very different reality as well.
But they stood in silence for 30 minutes. They stood in silence, and then they sang.
Wow!
And what an
And just
impact
that silence
was.
and that coherent field of connection.
And that moved the needle. And that's exactly why we're here today and able to sit on a couch and have these conversations to celebrate.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for the work that you're doing. Talita's going absolutely nowhere. We, in fact, are going to engage in a very conscious breathwork moment and a demonstration straight after this. So please prepare yourself for some really beautiful work coming your way on the other side of this break.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is, of course, your feel-good breakfast show. I said prepare yourself for some goodness that's coming your way, and I hope that you've come just in that right mind frame. Now that we know more about the power of the breath, it's time to experience it, and Talita is still here to join us and guide us through a conscious collective breathwork moment and an exercise that you, of course, can follow from the comfort of your own home. So, Talita, thank you for joining us. Would you like to go ahead and take us through this?
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining. So just to be aware that we take about 22,000 breaths every day.
Wow.
And most of the time, these breaths are completely unconscious. So what happens if only a fraction of these breaths become conscious? What happens when we bring conscious awareness to anything in our lives? So I'm going to invite you now to take 3 of those 22,000 breaths with me. That's it, 3 breaths. So just to prepare, take 1 deep breath together and just kind of drop into your body. And now I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose and just hold at the top for a few seconds. And then when you breathe out through the mouth, you're going to relax your whole body. Relax your whole body, all the muscles, your belly, your chest, your shoulders, your jaw. Relax all the muscles in your body right now. Now we take another deep breath in through the nose. pause at the top for a few seconds and just start relaxing the body in that pause. Relax, relax, relax. Then breathe out through the mouth. And now give your body even more permission to relax. All the areas where you know you hold your tension, relax that now. Relax. Connecting the soles of your feet to the ground where you're sitting or standing. Really anchor into the earth. Feel the gravity of the earth pulling you down now. Just relax. And now your third breath, in, through the nose. Deep breath in, deep breath in. Hold a little bit longer at the top now. Pause, hold your breath, relax the whole body. And now when you breathe out through the mouth, you relax even more. Relax the whole body. Let all the tension just flow out of you. Just relax. You can move a little bit. How do you feel now after 3 breaths? Only 3 breaths. And what's happening now is that you've given yourself conscious awareness to relax the breath, to relax the body. And this will continue now for the next while. And that's what you need, 3 breaths.
I'm not even thinking about the problems. And this is the funny thing. I think we spend most of our time...
You drop into your body.
This is it, thinking for the solution for a problem, and the solution isn't there yet. We haven't gone around that corner yet. It's not there. Maybe the gateway just needs to be moved. And it's amazing. I haven't thought about anything other than breath in, breath out, relax your body for the last 10 minutes, and we're doing a live TV show as we speak. So that speaks volumes about the power of the breath. Wow, how are you feeling?
Good, present. I think most importantly, which is exactly what you're saying, grounded, present, here, right now, doing this with you. So when people come to Rooftop on Brie with your event, what are you expecting them to walk away with? They'll bring a rose, 2 roses.
2 roses.
Are they leaving the roses there?
It will be put in the middle to create this rose mandala.
There we go.
Which is just a circle. It's a circle of life. It's a woman coming together. And then it almost creates this coherent field where this mandala becomes like a mirror to the feminine in her fullness. And what we love for women to feel when they leave that day is that they're not alone. That they are incredibly supported by the seen and the unseen realms.
Sure.
And that to just be in presence with other women, to allow yourself to be seen and to be prepared to witness another and to come together in the circle will leave you really restored. And people are often surprised by how long these roses last after a ceremony like that. So you take this rose home and you almost become, you are that rose,
Yeah,
you
you
know.
are connected,
And this is a memory, almost like a memory for what has happened on the day.
memory.
And it lasts, and it kind of, it's a rippling effect because you're taking this into your homes, back to your children, back to your family.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
a good
So
reminder
it's a
also every
rippling
time you
effect.
walk past it to be like...
And here's the thing, as parents, we walk past our children, slow down, calm down, be happy, and start looking after yourself in the long term. And then we continue freaking out. They need to see us adopt. They need to see us do the process work, go through the stuff. They need to see it actually happen then for them to believe that grown-ups can be without baggage. It can actually happen, but I think there is an answer in the collective. It doesn't have to be a big solution. It can just be a simple breathing exercise. Could change the trajectory of your day, of your life. You might find a new vocation and a calling in that space. So, seeing as we've got 22,000 to play with, can we do a few more breaths now for that person who is in their moment right now and you just need a little bit of a reset as we move into our next wee little break? Can we do a couple more
Yes,
breaths?
yes,
I would
yes,
absolutely love to do that right now.
So,
Might fall asleep with this one, but no, we're going to enter into our bodies, do this with us, and then we will consciously re-engage in just a few minutes.
So bringing again your conscious awareness to what it is that you're doing, because that's everything. The conscious part is everything.
The intention.
So just take a nice deep breath in together, through the nose. Pause for a second. And now we're relaxing the body as we breathe out. That's the crucial part, relaxing, giving your body permission to relax as you breathe out. Softening all the muscles. You know where you're holding that tension. Soften that tension now. We breathe out. And then one More deep breath in together and really feel how this is not just you breathing. This is a lot of people breathing with you right now, and feel that collective field of energy. Breathing in through the nose. Pause at the top. Float for a second. And as you breathe out, you relax the whole body and you visualize your day that's lying ahead. Beautiful day ahead for you. And then just stay with yourself with these breaths. Keep breathing. And this is something that you can use at any time. It's so simple. You think, oh, that's too simple. But feel it. You'll feel it. Just that conscious awareness of the breath.
Tanita, you're an absolute superstar. This might become a daily ritual, I think. Bottom line is, it can. You can do this daily, but we'll keep the amazing event details up so you can find your circle and connect and bring your 2 roses and pay homage to the collective. I think there is some magic happening in the science and our understanding of happiness and balance right now. And I love the fact that we have resources like this to dip into. So thank you so much. Absolute superstar.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you.
We're doing the rest of the show sitting down, I think.
Why not? We'll be right here. And they'll serve us some guava desserts in just a little bit. We'll see you now.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, we hope that you're breathing intentionally and feeling good as we enter into the next chat this morning. Now, we're shining a spotlight on a powerful documentary that brings history, memory, and also healing together. It's called Bones, directed by filmmaker Nomandla Vilakazi, that tells the story of Sarah Bartman's 2002 repatriation and also the extraordinary role played by the late poet and writer Dr. Diana Ferris, whose words helped bring Sarah home.
It's going to be a bitter pill to swallow, I would imagine, but we've got to go there. The film forms part of the incredible Artscape Women's Humanity Festival, and it's on another level. This year, on its 70 years since this historic 1956 Women's March we've touched on this morning, while exploring the ongoing journeys of women, maybe how little progress has been made since then in the space of identity, in dignity and equality in South Africa and across the world. But here in our country, something needs to shift. And we have Nomandla with us. Can we get a big red carpet-worthy round of applause?
Yeah.
Well done.
Incredible.
Well done.
Nomandla, welcome and thanks for joining us. Thank you for taking on such a huge task.
Sure.
And I'm very sure doing it extremely well. The 8th of August, this Saturday, is when it is at this festival. So let's talk about the documentary. It really is such a powerful moment that you are documenting. So what can viewers expect from the film? If I sit down and consume it, what am I taking in?
What do we brace for? Yeah.
The one thing that is so beautiful about the film that I've made, I think, is Diana. Her essence and her beauty just radiates, and her knowledge and wisdom just it penetrates anyone who is watching. And what's so great is that a lot of the film, the most poignant moments were actually captured at the Artscape for her, what is understood as her last
Living
formal
history.
performance.
Living
so
history.
I've got this archive of Diana Ferris and her last formal interview as well, where we sat down together and she spoke about what it took to bring Sarah home, but also what it takes to be an activist and a woman within her line of work.
Yeah, girl, first of all, I love the fact that you are so proud and so excited to be here representing yourself. So just kudos to you, man.
It's an
And
honor.
to see a young filmmaker taking on such a humongous piece. Having Diana's story, having a human jumping off point to try and tell a story that is so big, yet also about one woman. How important was that to have this common thread, this connectedness, to be able to do the story justice?
Yeah, no, it's a really ancestral call that I had to answer in terms of Sarah Baartman. Her and I sharing a similar body type and always feeling objectified and sexualized in this way growing up, and being able to identify with her story and see myself in her affirms so much within my own life. And the thread sort of led to Diana Ferris as the poem I've Come to Take You Home. She created in my birth year, 1998. I know I'm a baby. And she wrote the poem because it was the 1-year anniversary of her mother's passing. And she wrote it with
She felt that
tears.
thread.
And she felt that thread of her own mother. And she said to herself, if I am missing my mother this much, can I only imagine how much Sarki would have missed her mother? And through this poem was featured in legislation that brought Sarah Baartman home in 2002. Not even Nelson Mandela, and the story that she tells in the film, not even Nelson Mandela in 1995 could bring her home. It had to be the written word, it had to be the poetic.
The artist, it had to be. There is power in the arts, as you are proving.
And when you honor your calling, look what happens as well. So how did you come across Diana? How did that relationship even begin?
It's crazy. I did my first sort of film on Sarah Baartman called An Ode to Sarah, which is mainly just me exploring how I relate to her in terms of just loving my body. And I got to meet so many amazing people, but I met Lucretia Boyson, and she had a very tight connection with Diana Ferris. So she slid me her WhatsApp number, and I was like, oh my God, I have a legend's number in my phone.
My black book's looking rich.
Do you phone first? Do you send a message
I
first?
sent a lovely text.
SMS even.
An SMS.
Don't even go the other way. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
We met at Quick Spa in Deep River, and we just had a lovely talk at the Bean Tree. And I asked her to be in my film, and she was like, oh, you know, why do you want me to be a part of this thing? And she was like, I want to tell your story and give you your flowers while you're still here. And it's such a blessing that I was able to do that. She was able to see a cut of the film just before she had passed away. And what was so poignant, I think, what became Bones, how Bones became a memorial film, is that we screened it on the 29th of Jan earlier this year at Iziko, and she would unfortunately pass away the next day.
That's just insane.
Insane. And it also, I deeply understood that this archive now is something that is potent, it's spiritual, it's ancestral. Not only is she telling the story of Sarah Baartman, and I'm also putting that out there, but now I tell her story as well.
Could this not be more prevalent and pertinent now? It's a difficult thing to broach as a man, because I'm sitting here understanding that gender-based violence is perpetrated in a particular way, yet I'm looking at a woman saying, come up with the solutions. Yet within that, women in South Africa need to find identity and strength set against that, because reality is reality, and as much as we can push and drive. So why is this story so important for a young South African woman and girl to understand?
Yes, in this gender-based violence context that we find ourselves, South Africa-wise, to be a black femme body, to be an African body, it takes a lot. And understanding Sarah Baartman's story mainly brings on these themes where we can pull out what it means to have consent, what it means to have bodily autonomy.
Talk about it.
And we can talk about it, and through the violence that she experienced in her own story, we can make those connections and see ourselves within it, because while it's a story of deep pain, it's also a story about endurance.
Yeah.
And there are so many Sada Batmans in our country that are consistently enduring.
And also propping up communities.
At the same time.
Nomandla, well, thank you for the work you're doing and restoring dignity in the way that you have. It goes down this Saturday, of course. The Arts Festival will be happening throughout. Get your tickets at Web Tickets. Bones is what we're talking about, honoring Diana Ferris, as well as Sada Batman. Nomandla Vilakazi, remember that name?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Back in the kitchen, things are smelling really, really amazing. And it's not just Chef Drickers, it's guava as well. We're looking at the second part of our amazing installment of, what is this again? The Culinary Hotline Bling! Oh, yes. Now, in the first part, we made our beautiful caramel and we made our custard for our flan.
Yeah.
And we've got it right here. So, caramel has been poured into the bottom of our dish.
Yeah, you've got to swirl it around a bit just to make sure the sides also coat. And then we set it for like 5 minutes, and now we're going to pour the custard straight into here.
I still can't believe this is how easy it is.
You're going to hear some cracks, which is good.
That's the caramel that's just cracking at the bottom, which is normal.
And then we preheated our oven to 170 degrees, and we're going to bake it via water bath. So this fits perfectly in here. A little bit of water in here. If you want to speed up the process, you can use warm water. I like to use cold water. It cooks more evenly. And we're going to pop this into the oven.
With the lid on, I like that.
Yeah, with the lid on. Yeah, you could at home, if you don't have a lid, you can use foil. But the lid is quite nice.
And I mean, we're talking about the caramel, but at the same time, all I'm getting is this aroma of guava. And guava's got quite a unique smell. I mean,
yes, especially when they're ripe. Yeah.
Especially when they're ripe. I don't think there's anything else that smells like a ripe guava. And
That's
right
very
in
true.
this pot right now is what I'm getting. So what is happening in the pot?
So over here, this is our puree I started. I've peeled, let's say, about 12 guavas, and then we use everything. We try and utilize the whole thing. The skin has so much flavor to it, so we've used the skin and a little bit of cut up guava, and it's a way not to waste.
I love that.
And we're going to cook this really slowly, and we're going to cook it quite far down, and then we're going to blend it, pass it, and cook it a bit further to get it nice and intense in flavor. And over here is our liquid, our poaching liquid. So we got sugar, water, lemongrass, ginger, cardamom, and a little bit of vanilla.
Amazing.
And we're going to pop these in here.
When it comes to poaching the guavas, what stage of ripeness are we looking at? Because I'm imagining you don't want a guava that's too ripe, that's going to start falling apart.
Yeah, so you've got to sort of analyze your guavas because, you know, it's a thing that ripens like an avocado.
True.
You know, after you're picking, it ripens. So these are perfect where we got them. They sort of ripe, but they're not underripe, and they're not overripe. So that sort of, if they're overripe, I start with boiling poaching liquid. I put them in and I sort of leave them in the hot liquid and they will seep through and they'll get nice and soft. This one we've got to simmer for a bit. I felt the texture was quite firm, so we're going to simmer this for a couple of minutes.
I like that.
Bring it back to a boil.
Where does your knowledge come from when it comes to preparing vegetables and fruits? Because I find that like you're a bit gifted. You really, really are. Like whenever I leave one of your restaurants, I'm always like as impressed with the vegetables as I am with the meat. Where does it come from?
You know, I grew up on a farm, and my mom used to have those tunnels, and I had the privilege of picking fresh peppers, fresh cucumbers, tomatoes. So, you know, from a young age, I was treated that vegetables are just as important as protein, you know, and just applying a little bit of skill to it, you can actually get quite a bang for buck.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it's amazing. I'm going to keep on eating. We've actually got a voice, so let's have a listen to what one of our viewers has to say.
Good morning, Expresso. I'm Melanie from East London. Does guavas grow throughout the year? When it's ripe or not ripe, would the recipe still come out the same?
Well, I feel like we kind of answered that a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's talk about guava season. Like, it's now, right?
Yeah, it's sort of a winter fruit. It grows, and then you pick them as they sort of fall off the tree. For me, when they fall off the tree, they're perfect.
Right.
You know, ripeness
When
level.
Mother Nature gives it to you, it's ready.
Yeah. And then, but you can pick them a little bit beforehand, before sort of birds get to them, and then you can put them in your kitchen outside, and they will ripen just like an avocado. So it is a seasonal fruit. That's why they're in such an abundance at the moment. And then what we do is we preserve them for summer. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the question was, the flavor wise, it's kind of obvious at the moment, you're getting so much more perfume and aroma out of a riper guava.
That's correct.
And,
And sweetness, yeah.
And the sweetness, and it is amazing. You can almost smell the sweetness as well.
Very true, yeah.
So where are we now, Chef? What is the next step?
The next step is we're just waiting for our guavas to finish poaching, and I think this is ready to be blended.
Nice, let's
Are you
do
gonna go
that.
back
I'm
to
going to
the
pass the
blender?
jug to you.
Thank you very much. That's quite steamy, eh?
You know what? You should never be blending super hot ingredients in a blender. Do as we say, not do as we do, because we're going to do some interesting things today. Can I go ahead with this, Chef?
Yeah, go for it.
Nice. We are going to be careful with this one because it is hot liquid.
You've got to turn it.
Thank
all
you,
the
Chef.
Way, all the way, all the way. There we go. You see.
He's a professional. He's a professional. Okay, let's take this lid off a little bit.
Slightly, yeah. Ah, there we go.
Nice. Is that good, Chef?
Yeah, I think we can go a little bit longer, a little bit smoother.
Yes, Chef.
There's skin in there, and there's pips in as well.
And you want to get through that.
All the natural pectin. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
oh, it smells glorious.
So now we're going to put it back into this pan so we can get. Sorry. Through the sieve.
What was I doing, Chef? What was I doing?
We want to get this passed off. And you can see the color is it looks like a guava. Now, which is interesting, we're going to cook this a bit further and it's going to turn almost red.
Like our beautiful, what do you call this, Chef?
You know, it's a fruit roll-up.
It's a fruit roll-up.
Is it a tamaleki?
There it is.
Yeah.
So we're going to almost end up with a color similar to this.
Yes.
And that's where we are. And then we're going to turn out our beautiful flan we're actually going to turn out. Do you reckon we can turn out that flan in the next minute?
Yeah, we can do that, yeah.
I love a challenge. Okay. Delicious.
Right.
Okay. So we got our beautiful done flan. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Let me get you a plate. You want a plate with a little bit of a rim to it, because there's going to be caramel running around.
The guava is so good.
Right, now we're going to pop this onto a low
1 minute
heat,
left, Chef.
A low heat. This is just going to cook down for a further 10 minutes while stirring.
What do you need?
Plate?
Nothing. Okay, it's a plate.
So,
Here you go.
usually just make sure it's sort of loosened on all the sides. Take your plate, pop it on. You say a prayer. Yeah. Oh, do you hear that?
Did you hear that? That's the sound of happiness. I mean, sure, yes. Whoa!
Now you say another one. Oh, did you hear that?
Chef,
Amazing.
that is stunning. That is stunning. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go to ad break. When you come back, it's going to be all gone because I'm going to eat it. Don't go anywhere.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is indeed your feel-good breakfast show, and I know you're feeling good. We've done our job today from 6 a.m., making our way into the final hour. Now, today, we are joined by South African singer-songwriter Louise Carver to talk about Women's Weekend. Now, this is a celebration of live music, of connection and meaningful experiences. And with a career spanning over 2 decades, Louise has really become one of South Africa's most loved artists. And today she's bringing audiences together for 2 special performances with violin virtuoso Renate Ridderman. And this weekend, it all goes down. So let's welcome her into the Feel Good Breakfast Expresso stage, everybody! Please have a seat. Louise Carver, looking gorgeous. My goodness, this dress.
Thank you very much.
You look beautiful, and thanks for joining us.
Designed by a South African woman.
Please tell us more. Who is it?
It's Air Fashion, E-R-R-E.
I love them.
Based in Pretoria.
Shout out. Absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Well, from your gorgeous dress to the wonderful weekend that lies ahead, let's talk about Women Weekend, happening in Hout Bay and Hermanus.
Yes.
Over between the 7th and the 9th. A big thing to take on, but I love the fact that behind it you're encouraging people to say, you know what, some things are better live. Get away from your screens,
yes.
Look up.
And the couch.
And connect with people. Exactly. So tell me a bit more about the inspiration.
Well, I think we haven't, as the world, really pulled ourselves out of the COVID state of mind. And before COVID, we were always connecting with people, and you know, a lot of us were dancing and just getting out and making plans. And yes, I know the big fight for me is Netflix and Disney and everything else.
It's a struggle.
It is. But it is very, very important for our mental health to connect with people and to make live music, seeing live music like our ancestors did, and all the way back, to make it a part of our social lives again. And then also, because I've had a very long, varied career, I did a lot of dance music in London in my 20s and 30s, and I wanted to include dance. I'm a terrible dancer, and I make that...
Stop.
No, I make that... I've been behind the piano since I was tiny,
right.
But it's so important to get out and move. So the shows start very contained. I've added beautiful Renata on violin because... that's the instrument I always wanted to play, but I just couldn't get it together. The teacher asked me to leave. So please, it's not for you. And then we grow it until at the end, you're on your feet and you're dancing.
Wow.
You're moving. And that is good for your soul.
I mean, connection through music and dance just sounds like the perfect weekend to me.
Bring your friends and just remember what it feels like again to be human. We've got so much on our mind, so many responsibilities.
Right.
And every guest you've had on this morning has just really added. I'm adding the fun.
Yeah, I love that. Of course, Louise is coming with the fun. I also love the fact that Renata and you are coming together for this, it being Women's Month, Women's Day, a celebration of something so beautiful. How did that connection come about? Was it just the fact that you wanted to live through it with the violin? Or how did you actually bring this experience together like that?
Well, you've actually mentioned a few points.
Yeah.
It is about women coming together, being friends, not foes.
Yeah.
The violin with the piano is such a beautiful instrument to add. I've known Renata for years. Most of us in the music industry do have a nice relationship with each other. I must say, not to stand on a soapbox, we do need to highlight female performers, and that's what I'd like to grow this Women's Weekend into an annual thing I do every August, and just bring in more and more female performers in different genres of music. A few people asked me when I started to think about this, why did you spell women's with an A and not an E?
Yeah.
And I am a terrible speller.
Let's start there.
But that's not why I did it.
Tell me more.
I think we're all individuals. We all have our unique things we're going through. I didn't want to lose the A in that, because that means it's women's. Your day. It's you. It's not just woman as a collective.
Right, a paintbrush for everybody.
That loses its power. It's Women's Day. What are you going to do? So the loft is in Hout Bay on a Friday. Remember when we used to go out and dance and move it on a Friday? So I thought, let's go there and bring your friends. And then Hermanus is very special to me. My folks live in Hermanus.
I love Hermanus.
It's very special.
It's so good.
Yeah, so I thought, let me go there, see my parents, and also do this beautiful show in Hermanus Golf Club, which really is very pretty, and do a Sunday lunch.
Oh my gosh, come on.
Yeah.
South Africans love food, and we love a Sunday lunch as well.
Old school.
I've got to ask you, is this event for everybody? Is it just for women?
Oh, no, absolutely everybody.
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 Okay.
That also, I wanted to get that clear in the message. I think if hubby, buys the tickets, your dad buys for the family, or you just want to go with your girls.
Right.
Even if you just want to go on your own.
You could.
You can.
Yeah.
I promise. I make it. You'll be right there. I've got you right in my eye line. So,
Louisa, think about me listening to music, enjoying music. I think it was 5FM at the time. I was obsessed. 2007 was the year Home dropped. I was glued to the radio. Absolutely loved it. That was when I was introduced to you and your music. And that was about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy to
I
think.
also think that as
2
well.
decades in the game.
I know. How?
So how did you manage to put the music together for this? Is it originals? Is it just a catalogue of your work or work that you're inspired by?
Well, I've done one cover, which for people that don't know, a cover is somebody else's song. So just one, and it's the first couple of times I kind of worked it out on piano, I kept sobbing, and I thought, I've got to pull myself together because it's very hard to sing and sob.
Right. You do one or the other.
And it's Carly Simon's Coming Around Again.
Sure.
So I did a version on TikTok, and I saw the response. I thought I must, because it does talk about women and all that we go through, whether you've decided to have children or you haven't, juggling everything. And I think people before me have spoken about that in the show. So I'm including that one. And then the rest is going to take you from home, empty fantasy, warrior, and then we're going to go into some of the big dance numbers.
I can't wait for that.
Don't put your 5-inch heels on. Put your 3.5-inch heels on.
Yeah. Meet us halfway here. I love that.
Exactly.
People can get tickets on your website.
louisecarver.com or quicket.coza.
Beautiful. Listen, 250 Rand is a small price to pay.
And a
for
welcome drink on
everything.
arrival.
And a welcome
I had
drink.
to push for that.
Listen, when Louisa, we're partying. We are partying. So make sure that you open up your schedule between the 7th and the 9th, between Hout Bay and Hermanus. It all goes down. And we're so excited to celebrate women this weekend at Women Weekend.
Thank you.
Just 2 minutes before the top of the hour, excuse me, time for us to delve into our national and international news one last time. So let's start here in South Africa, where the South African Post Office has now received an unqualified audit opinion from the Auditor General for the financial year ending the 31st of March 2026, marking its first such outcome in 6 years. So the entity says the result reflects stronger governance, improved financial reporting, tighter internal controls and fewer audit findings as well. Communications and Digital Technologies Minister Solly Malachi says welcomed the achievement, describing it as an important milestone, and understandably so. And he says the focus now shifts to maintaining the progress made through continued accountability and good governance. Now we stay in South Africa for another ministerial connection. Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana says the medium-term budget policy statement in October will include funding for programs to combat gender-based violence and femicide. Now he made the commitment after accepting a memorandum from the ANC Women's League members who picketed outside the National Treasury in Pretoria. The League has called for urgent funding to implement government interventions, arguing that very little progress has been made since GBVF was declared a national disaster last year. Despite the establishment of several structures and work streams, we need the funding to flow in. Now we can cast a wider gaze on the international news front, but still closer to home. Cameroon has announced a major military reshuffle, promoting the head of the Presidential Guard and replacing commanders in 4 of the country's 5 joint military regions. So a massive shift. The changes come as President Paul Biya remains out of the public eye after leaving for Europe 2 months ago. And government officials insist the 93-year-old leader is alive and will return soon. Biya, who has ruled Cameroon since 1982, has been facing growing scrutiny over his prolonged absence and actual ability to govern in the country. Now, a little further afield, Ukrainian defense company Firepoint has secured agreements with more than a dozen European defense firms to help develop a new missile defense system that's aimed at intercepting Russian ballistic missiles. So the company says it's integrating radar guidance and tracking technologies, with the first successful interception targeted for mid-2027. Ukraine currently relies heavily on United States-made Patriot systems, but shortages of interceptor missiles have now increased the need for alternatives. And Firepoint says its interceptor is expected to cost significantly less than the existing missile defense systems. Now let's round this off with a slightly different flavour. And great to see the big screen with a bit of gravitas. Tom Holland's latest outing as Spider-Man has spun an extraordinary web at the global box office. Who said film is dead? Spider-Man, brand new day, earning an estimated $928 million worldwide in its opening weekend. The film delivered the second biggest North American debut in box office history, in fact, narrowly, though behind Avengers Endgame. That puts it in perspective. Starring the brilliant Holland alongside his wife, or is it Zendaya, the incredible Mark Ruffalo, Florence Pugh, Sadie Sink, a couple of big names in there. This blockbuster delighted audiences around the world, so let us know how you feel about it. Remarkable success has also given cinemas a major boost, ending a lengthy wait for a blockbuster that's capable of drawing huge crowds back into the big screen. Spidey's got the magic. So that gives us the perfect prelude to go into our sport and another superhero performance. So not all of our superheroes wear capes. They could have been wearing capes last night. It felt like that. Banyana have done it. They've booked their place in the quarterfinals of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. That was after a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Burkina Faso and a very nervy run-in. So Thembi Kgatlana scoring the only goal of the match, and South Africa secured second place in Group B and do then make it through to the knockout stage. In our other Group B match, Cote d'Ivoire continued to look very strong, finishing top of the standings after that 2-1 win over Tanzania. But well done, ladies. Now let's look at the bigger picture footballing narrative that is not looking good for FIFA President Gianni Infantino. He is facing yet even more pressure after abandoning now plans to sell stakes in a new commercial unit that would have controlled part of FIFA competitions. So the proposal sparked a major backlash from major footballing bodies, including UEFA, CONCACAF and the AFC, which criticized the lack of consultation and transparency. And several national federations have also jumped on board, reportedly withdrawing their support for Infantino critically ahead of next year's FIFA presidential election. Might have backed the wrong horse with that one. Now we can get excited about rugby for the second half of the year. And I think no one more so than Rassie Erasmus. Our Springbok coach is testing the depth of his squad. He's got several key players back for Saturday's Rugby Championship clash up against Argentina. So he's made 13 changes to the side that beat Wales, because that's the depth of the squad. We've got Abalela Fassi and Kobus Reinach, the only two retaining their places, but that starting lineup: Asiya Kalisi, Irban Etzebeth, Loet de Jager, Sasha Feinberg, and Ngomazulu, all returning from injury. A terrifying notion, I think, especially for the All Blacks in a few weeks' time. Now let's round off with some cycling and get back into the Tour. Marlon Reusser won Stage 4 of the Tour de France Femme yesterday, a 21-kilometre individual time trial from Gevrey-Chambertin to Dijon. And the Swiss rider completing the course in a very fast 27 minutes and 30 seconds. Incredible performance there. The Dutch rider Lieke Neugen finishing just 4 seconds behind her. It's getting tight at the top. Reusser's victory also moving her into the yellow jersey, albeit with a 14-second advantage in the general classification. So as we always say, watch that space. But that is where we leave our news and our sport for this Wednesday morning. Let's get you to work safely.
G-Man, thank you so much for those updates. Let's head to your roads now. Out in Durban in Umgeni, 2 vehicle breakdowns have been reported, and that's at the Spaghetti Junction out in Durban, which may affect traffic flow. Now, motorists traveling through the area are advised to proceed with caution and to remember to, of course, not to text while driving. Well, we wish you the best in those last moments of your morning commute. For now, though, let's get straight to your weather. Let's get started in Polokwane, where partly cloudy skies will take over your Wednesday. Temperatures start from a low of 5 degrees and work its way up to 24. As we look ahead, sunny skies continue to dominate with tomorrow's daytime highs sitting at 26 degrees and a cold start is 6 degrees. That's consistent until Saturday. Klerksdorp, on your side, sunny conditions will take over your skies throughout your day today. Your temperatures, well, they'll range between a cold 4 degrees and a warmer 24. Looking into the week, temperatures peak at 26 tomorrow before decreasing to 25 degrees on Friday and 24 on Saturday. Let's see what Pretoria is giving on this Wednesday. It's all about those blue skies and sunshine that will make for a pleasant day ahead. Now, your temperatures range between a minimum of 8 and your max sitting at 23 degrees. Now, sun-filled days do lie ahead for you, and as we look into the temperatures, 26 is where we peak at tomorrow. Out in Johannesburg, clear skies and sunshine are on the cards for you today. Temperatures range between a cold 7 and a high sitting at 21. Looking ahead, sunny skies define your days with daytime highs settling at 22 degrees both tomorrow and on Friday. Mbombela, your side of town now. Today's forecast calls for mostly sunny skies. Your temperatures will climb from a low of 9 and increase to that high sitting at 27. Now, Thursday sees temperatures reaching a high of 28 degrees, being the warmest day of the week under sunny skies. There is a chilly start though. 11 degrees is your minimum on Thursday and Friday. And then out in the beautiful Bloemfontein, expect mostly sunny conditions for much of today. Temperatures sit between a nippy 4 and a high sitting at 23. Now, you can expect some sunny skies to continue as the days do progress, with pleasantly warm temperatures reaching those mid-20s. And then into Richards Bay we go, where you can expect a sunny day ahead. There are some light northeasterly winds accompanying that. Temperatures range between a cool 14 and that high comes at you at 27 degrees. Now, sunny skies take center stage in the coming days, with cloudy and wet conditions expected to move in from Monday, so enjoy the good weather while it lasts. And then out in Durban, sunny conditions take over your Wednesday. Temperatures move between a chilly 14 and then increase by 10 to 24. Now, sunny skies will turn cloudy as the days do progress, with tomorrow's temperatures sitting between 16 and 27. That brings us to Mthatha next, with mostly sunny skies that will dominate the forecast today. As for your temperatures, it'll range between a cool 9 and a high sitting at 27. Now, the coming days bring a mixed bag of both sunny and cloudy conditions. Friday will bring you a 25% chance of rain though, so prepare yourself. In Uba, on your side of town, skies will remain partly cloudy for much of your day. Delving into your temperatures now, your low is sitting at 5 degrees with the high peaking at 26. As for tomorrow, it ushers in sun-filled skies with lingering clouds. That daytime high is sitting at 25 degrees with a cold start of 7. And then out in Kugompo City, your Wednesday will begin under partly cloudy conditions. A good start though of 14 degrees that will increase to 26 as the day develops. Now, as the day does go on, partly cloudy skies will continue with temperatures holding steady in those upper teens to lower 20s. Out in Ebeja, your day kicks off under partly cloudy skies. Now, your temperatures, they'll start with a low of 12 and then increase to that max sitting at 28. Tomorrow, you'll look up to cloudy skies, though, that will turn sunny at least by Saturday. Temperatures will move between 12 and 20 come Thursday. And then out in the gorgeous George, mostly cloudy skies will define your day today. Temperatures will range between a cool 10 and a high of 24. Both cloudy and wet conditions will take over the next 2 days. Now, your chances of rain are sitting at 45% on Thursday and decreasing to 30% by Friday. And then out in the mother city in Cape Town, morning clouds will give way to a sun-filled afternoon, accompanied by winds traveling at 34 kilometers per hour coming from the north. Your minimum is 13, your max is 16, and you have to look out for tomorrow as rain is forecast sitting at 70%. That brings us to Sutherland next, with mostly cloudy conditions that will take over your day, accompanied by winds at 31 kilometers per hour. Very brisk start to your day. 1 degree is your minimum, and then it works its way up to 20. Now, tomorrow ushers in partly cloudy skies. Your temperatures will range between 1 and 15, and by Thursday, your high of 17 greets you. Kimberley, on your side, skies are set to remain mostly sunny throughout your day today. Temperatures will start from a cold 6 and then rise to a pleasant 26. Now, sunny skies will stick around with daytime highs sitting in those mid-20s. It will peak at 27 degrees both tomorrow and on Sunday. And then uppies out in Uppington, your Wednesday will be filled with mostly cloudy skies. Your temperatures begin at a chilly 4, but worry not, it works its way up to 28 degrees. The days ahead remain bright and sunny with dry conditions dominating the forecast, while temperatures remain on the warmer side, as we know Uppington to be reaching those highs of 28. Well, that's where we leave your temps for the nation, and I hope that you feel a bit more prepared for the day. For now, though, we are definitely going to get into the final hour of the show with your beautiful morning views. We started strongly. Dwayne out in Albertville in Gauteng. Dwayne Klaassen came through with this stunner of a view, and we love the fact that you've really just captured the dawn before it broke across the city. And then meanwhile, in Pietermaritzburg, PMB represented through the eyes of Mervyn Fenner, who captured this morning's scene. I love that the mist is just giving way to the beautiful day that will lie ahead for you out in PMB. And thank you so much for taking us on your morning walk with you. And then finally, for 8 o'clock, our sunrise view comes from Rahima Harnaka. And thank you so much from George, the gorgeous George in Victoria Bay. It's a winner. It is definitely a winner. Rahima, thank you so much for capturing that. And I hope that you framed it. I hope that you printed it and definitely added some dollar signs to it, because that is definitely worthy to be in a gallery. Thank you so much for sharing your gorgeous morning views with us. We love to see it, and we'll do it again tomorrow, 6, 7 and 8 o'clock. Here's that number once again, 063-036-9649. That's your direct line with us in studio as we get into the final hour of your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
All right, so when I learned to move my body as an actor, there was one person I was directed towards that set the tone. Andrew Buckland is here with new work, with new energy, and that gorgeous smile. How are you, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you. Very happy to be here.
Are you ready for this early morning?
I'm done. It's done already.
It's done. We popped that bubble. No, we love the fact that we've got him in our space. We'll find out what all the excitement is about in just a moment. Stick around.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. Please excuse me. I'm trying to stay within myself today, but it's just been one of those shows. Just amazing human beings who have certainly influenced my own journey in the most dramatic way. So I think we have an opportunity to speak to all young actors, especially right now. From mysterious robot vacuum cleaners to tech bro overlords. We are joined by the star of How Cool Does This Sound? The Fool's Guide to Living and Dying, currently playing at the incredible Baxter Theatre. That started off on the 4th and it's running just up until the 15th of August. Please, ladies and gentlemen, can you give it up for playwright and actor extraordinaire, Andrew Buckland? I love it. See, we don't even have an audience, and you still got an applause. And you should, my friend, because you deserve it. First of all, how are you in this crazy world? Theatre is dying? No, it's not, my friend.
I used to do a lecture called Theatre is Dead, Long Live Theatre. You know? And it's always been dying, but they say. So I'm extremely well, and just so lucky that I'm still able to keep doing what I'm able to do. So I found my purpose, I guess.
There we go. And that's the thread today, the science of happiness as it plays out through living our purpose in our lane. Yeah. Don't climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Just be an actor living with purpose. Who's the fool? Yeah. Are you the fool?
Yes. Or the audience might be the fool for coming to the show. I suppose the fool in the title of the show is the kind of archetype of the fool, which essentially represents all human beings in their innocence and their curiosity and that kind of aspect.
And we can often reframe that innocence and curiosity as stupidity and being overzealous and...
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to ask you a question now that I want absolute honesty. What's the most characters you've ever played in one play, and how many characters do you play in this play?
In this, I probably play about 8 or 9. But the Ugly Nunu was probably the most. There were, in the advertising when we revived it, we said a cast of thousands, because there are a lot of Parktown prawns. Up
if
to
you grew up in the northern suburbs of Joburg, you understand. You get it. To do this, and I mean, there are some great kind of themes coming in here. We've got AI, there's a techno element here. You're grappling with some pretty big themes, but as you do in minute, small, hilarious, very creative moments, how do you store all of those? Do you compartmentalize characters? What does your brain look like from the inside when you embrace a matrix like this?
I would hate to think. The thing about it is the style of it. It's essentially, it goes back to the essence of theatre, which is storytelling.
Strip it down.
So you might make a suggestion and a gesture, but it's the audience's imagination where the story's happening, you know? So each member of a 200 audience has their own version of the story going on. And eventually, if Janet, my wife and my director, if we've done the craft work and the making of it, the story will tell itself, you know? So I just sit in the boat and let it take me with it. I don't have to think what's coming next, because the logic of the story and the impetus of the story really plays itself out.
And it becomes effortless. And when you watch an actor in the flow state, which you can only get on stage.
Yeah.
You can only see that, and then it becomes different every night, because that two-way flow changes in that sense. Directed by your wife, obviously not your first rodeo together. What is that part of is it essential now to have her kind of give it to you straight kind of energy?
No, you read it exactly.
I know my own relationship with my wife, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we've been together, well, in fact, we just celebrated our 51st anniversary, so we've been
Can we get a round of applause from our non-existent studio audience for that?
She gets the applause for it.
Exactly, that's what I meant, yeah.
So we've been working together for a long time, and we met in the theatre, you know, we met on stage. So we both have a deep, deep love for the craft of it. And there's no time to waste with egos and so on. So she's very clear. She also knows my tricks and my weaknesses, or she's like, that's too easy for you, you know?
Get out of your own way as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's an interesting one to broach, because I'm feeling quite hopeful. As much as AI for the sake of AI terrifies me, AI for the sake of aiding industries like we've used Pro Tools and tech before to create what we do. We've used CGI, we've done it, we are being there, but you broach it through a broader perspective. What was that process like for you? Were there some gut check moments? Are you feeling more hopeful? Are you feeling more trepidatious about the future? How have you been able to frame the conversation?
When we first started to think about, because I was commissioned by the work by the Kaka and Ka to make a new work, and obviously dominant in so many people's lives now, issues of social media and addiction and AI. So I went to my grandchildren, who are like late teens, and said, from your perspective, and their first response was, don't make a play that says, everybody put your phones down,
Screens
your
are
phone.
bad.
Exactly, because it's not going to happen, you know. It's integrated into their lives. The thing to do is to try and put that in perspective, to say how that's useful, but at the same time, the structure of the play, the action of the play is completely undigital, if not anti-digital. You know, there's no special effects. It's just me. The sound effects are there. The creation of the story happens in their imagination.
Have you seen your face, though? I've seen you play, 1,000 characters in one play, but so there might be special effects somewhere in this face that you were blessed with. You really are, but I think that's what you said. If there was something that, and I know this is the worst question to ask a player, because you want the person to take what they're going to take out of it, but in your heart of hearts, you are intentional about what you do. What would you hope that this body of work, something that you've created with intention, achieves? What would you like the impact of this piece to be?
I suppose it's to understand that we can deal and examine really serious, often painful issues through joy, through sharing, you know, by listening to each other and by speaking to each other.
Laughing.
Face to face and laughing. And the action of laughter is not a decision, you know. Before you know it, your diaphragm has done this because the thing is funny. And then you think, oh, that's why it's funny. So that action is a really visceral response to something that opens you up to the possible truth that might be there.
To see you on a stage is always a gift. We absolutely love the fact that you are there and you are loving what you're doing. Out there being commissioned to save the world from technology. And you might just do it, funny enough, without the technology in our hand. It's human connections. And I think we've got to reframe these conversations with maybe a little bit of mentoring, going up the chain rather than going down, and that kind of arrogance. And this is the ideal way to do it. So thank you for being vulnerable and putting yourself out there, and break a leg, my friend. Continue to break a leg. We are privileged to get to the backstory. We'll keep all of those details up. It's a steal to get there. If you've got a young actor in your family, this is where they need to be.
And where you need to be right now is exactly where you are, because taking to the stage to perform a song called Didn't Mean to Call is the one and only Louise Carver. Take it away.
Thank you. So Didn't Mean to Call is one of my classic songs. And why I wrote this, well, I learned the hard way. After you've had a few drinks in the evening and it's after 1 a.m., you should really put your phone away and not drunk dial, basically. So it's a very sincere song with a silly message. All right, let's go.
Didn't mean I'm just my
PSA to not drunk dial. I think this is exactly what it needs to sound like as well. Louise Carver, an incredible first performance for today's show. We've got one more coming.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, remind us, tickets on your website.
louisecarver.com or quicket.coza. Welcome drink for the ladies on arrival.
Period.
I insisted.
All
But
the
don't
details
drive.
are on your screen right now, and we'll keep them on our socials as well. Louise is going nowhere. We've still got one more performance via and a lot more coming your way straight after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're greeted by two of us this morning as we ask you a very special question. Today's show has been magical and so significant in terms of just grounding ourselves and remaining present in the moment. So we've asked you the question that what gets you to that place. So thank you so much for getting in touch. I see that Tembilihle was the first one in line just saying, good morning, Expresso team. Good morning, Tembi. For me, making my bed first thing is the one little step that restores order. It sounds small, but when life gets crazy and everything feels chaotic, coming back to a tidy room instantly makes my brain feel calmer. It's like telling myself, okay, we've got this before the day even begins. Tembilihle, I couldn't agree more. Honestly, it's one of those first things in the morning that feels like a small level of accomplishment that sets you up for the rest of the day. So well done on that. DC class, when life feels overwhelming, I remind myself to slow down, to switch off the noise, and focus on what truly matters. Could be a quiet walk, a heartfelt prayer, and gratitude for the little things that help me find my balance again. And it is about finding and striking that balance. Even though it feels a bit elusive at times, I think some gratitude and a prayer goes a long way. Thank you, DC class. Our family Mark Gavin says, when life gets crazy, when I'm compressing, I'm listening for that sweet spot vinyl record song, and the moment where the sound feels contained but alive, I'm finding balance. Bring on the music, turn it up, DJ. And I know that he's got a great selection of records as well. Mark Gavin, thank you for getting in touch. And to all of you, those are some really great tidbits to make us feel amazing when it comes to feeling a little bit loose in the world that we live in.
Well, I've got an idea. If you want to kind of pour a bit of energy back into that cup when the winter chill sets in, there is nothing better than a cozy escape without having to go too far. And there are those hidden gems all around us. Protea Hotel by Marriott Midrand brings together comfortable accommodation, some delicious dining by the looks of it, and all the amenities that we need to switch off and unwind. And it's right there in the city. And our very own Ayanda G. Tabete checked in to experience it for herself. Tough life. Let's take a look.
Life can get incredibly busy, but sometimes all you need is to simply slow down. So today I've decided to press pause and enjoy a winter staycation here at the beautiful Protea Hotel by Marriott Midrand. The rooms are said to be comfortable, the food amazing, amenities galore. So let me show you that you don't have to travel far to escape everyday life. Thank you so much for having us here. It's absolutely fabulous. I feel like I'm in the countryside somehow.
Right.
Please, can you tell us everything about Protea Hotel and what makes it such a unique stay in Midrand?
So we are uniquely located between Johannesburg and Pretoria in South Africa's fastest growing commercial and lifestyle hubs. So from the minute you walk in, you can expect #1 genius smiles. You can expect a lot of warmth and heart in this building. We really focus on offering our guests an experience that makes them feel like more than just a room number.
We also heard that there have been some improvements made within the space. Can you walk us through some of those?
You'll see as you walk around, we've introduced new furniture in the lobby just to give it a modern feel. We have recently collaborated with a local art gallery out on 6th, and as you walk around the public areas, you'll see a display of very beautiful art pieces by local artists. And we've got beautiful conference spaces. We cater for different numbers, whether big or small. We've got boardrooms that can cater to those numbers. We've also additionally have a Camelot Spa at the hotel, which you'll later experience. We've got a gym with the latest techno gym equipment at the hotel. We've got a beautiful landscape garden, and our hotel really gives you a country feel in the middle of a city.
I love the sound of that. It sounds like the perfect place to come for a staycation.
Absolutely is.
After settling in, I've decided to do something just as important as relaxation, and that's working out and getting my body moving. Luckily for me, I have full access to their fitness facilities, so I've decided to get a little workout in before dinner. Staying active is such an important part of my everyday life that I almost dread going on holiday because I fear not being able to get my workout in for the day. So it's really amazing for me to be in a space where I can enjoy amazing times, have great meals, and not have to worry about feeling guilty about not working out. So I've just finished my workouts and I feel absolutely amazing. Something about just knowing that endorphins are circulating all over my body is making me feel great. And now I don't even have to feel guilty about having dessert at dinner. A good workout deserves great recovery, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Luckily for me, one of the highlights of Protea Hotel by Marriott Midrand is that wellness encompasses so much more than just the gym. So I'm going to slow down, take a step back, and take some little self-care at Camelot Spa. Vicky, my masseuse, was phenomenal. She knew exactly where all the knots were, and I genuinely feel more relaxed than I did walking into the room. This hotel being exactly 30 minutes away from where I actually live is so ideal because I can enjoy this time away and not feel too guilty about being too far. After all these activities, I have worked up quite an appetite, and fortunately for me, Palm Terrace is said to have some of the best food. Chef, the kitchen smells amazing. This atmosphere is absolutely fabulous. Yeah. Can you please tell us, is there a general theme with your decor and your meals?
Yes, there is. If you look on the walls on both sides of our restaurant, there's pictures of fruits, vegetables, pastas, and spices. We do take pride in originality, Mother Nature. We are a sustainable hotel, so those pictures represent the origin and the authenticity of us as Protea Midrand chefs.
Oh, you've gotten me so excited to taste today's meal. Now, I know that restaurants normally have their go-to meals that are signatures for them. Do you have some of those meals?
Yeah, we do. We have two. We have mukhodu, which normally goes with dumpling. We have mixed grill, which goes with pap and chakalaka. I mean, those two dishes are a representation of us as Africans, and we wanted to share that with our guests, both national and international.
Palm Terrace has such amazing food. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a sucker for potatoes, so the fact that mashed potato was on the menu made my heart so happy. And I mean, oxtail is exactly what you want during winter. It's a cozy meal. It somehow feels like I'm at home, but a very elevated way of doing the dish. These are the flavor profiles you want to be warm on the inside as well as the outside. Sometimes the best getaways don't mean that you have to travel far, but rather it's just about slowing down. After relaxing, recharging, and enjoying the amazing amenities that this hotel has to offer, I'm calling it a night.
Oh, to be Ayanda getting a massage right now.
So tough out there. Sorry that we had to put you through that. No, I love the fact that that's literally on our doorstep. And the added bonus, you stand the chance of experiencing this for yourself. One lucky viewer standing the opportunity to win a one-night stay for two at Protea Hotel by Marriott Midrand, including breakfast, which sounds good, and dinner, which looked amazing, and even some soft drinks.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like the perfect package. Now to find the perfect person. To enter, simply join Marriott Bonvoy. Take a screenshot of your membership confirmation and then post it to the comments below the competition post on the Expresso social pages. You can find us at Expresso Show, and you have to tell us why you'd love to visit Protea Hotel by Marriott Midrand.
Make it good. We're going to get a lot of entries for this one, I have no doubt. And don't forget, hashtag Marriott Bonvoy to qualify you for the competition. It closes on the 12th of August, so not a huge amount of time, but you can find those T's and C's at expressoshow.com. Good luck.
At Protea Hotels by Marriott, some things are your business and some are ours. Yours? Booking your stay. Ours? Giving you the welcome you deserve. Book now and do more than just business. Go there with Marriott Bonvoy.
Okay, there was a subliminal planting a message there to go get a coffee. So we're going to give you like 2 minutes to get a coffee. Then we are back in the kitchen. We have learnt that we need to gently care for our guavas. So we are poaching these and we're going to take it there. The flavor development is amazing.
I love it. Chef Drickus has really shown us what it takes to throw some punches in the kitchen.
Hey,
Chef Clem is there too. And then, of course, Louise Carver standing by with that final performance waiting for you.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to the third and final installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Now the work has been put in. We've worked on our flan, we've worked on our guava, and it is time to finally assemble. And luckily, I have a few friends that I can call into the kitchen to taste with me. But Chef Drickus, it's the moment. It's happening, right?
The moment of truth.
We do have another voice note, so before we kick off, let's just have a listen to that message.
Morning, it's Vanessa from Bloemfontein. Thank you so much for this culinary hotline. I have a guava tree and I'd love to poach my guavas as you are showing us. How do I properly store it once I've finished poaching it, and how long would it last?
That's a good question.
That's a great question,
Because,
yeah.
can I tell you the story?
Yeah, sure.
Like all my life, okay, since I was born, my grandmother had this jar of guavas, and she's in heaven, R.I.P. That guavas still exist.
You inherited.
And I inherited the guava jar. What is the story about that?
You know, I think if it's preserved properly, if you once it's hot and you preserve it into a sterilized jar and you just put it back into hot water to create that airtight seal, I think you've got about 6 months.
Okay,
right?
so my jar's not good anymore.
I don't think so, just to be safe, right? Because it will start to ferment. If you just take these guavas, you put them in the fridge, I think you've got about a week, you know, depending on how much sugar you use. The more sugar you use, the more preserved it is, okay? And then the less sugar it goes, it starts fermenting quickly. So it will start fizzing up. You'll see little bubbles, and then you...
That's no.
Yeah,
If it's fizzy and if you feel a bit liquor in the head, then it's not good.
Then it's
you must
alcohol.
stop.
Yeah. So for the next lockdown, we'll...
The next lockdown. Hold my pineapple. I'm coming with a... No. Okay, let's talk about this amazing dessert.
All right.
So,
we're gonna slice into it. It should be... How big a slice do you want?
well, I'm going to invite some friends. So I'm going to invite Graham
As much
to
as
the
the
kitchen.
plate can take.
And I think Graham, he can handle a nice sized portion. I also want Graham to experience the magic because I've tasted your guava and custard before. And I want Graham just
What on earth is going on here?
feel it.
What on earth? Well done. I love the fact that you have lived your truth here, that, Drickus, we have been lovingly tending to these guavas, even the care with which you are approaching this part of the process. Absolutely love it. But I think we're going to bring guava back today. I have a feeling there is a place. And Clem, you got to agree with me, bud, that we are in a... Look at that.
Look at that. You talk over there, I'm going to get you some knife and fork.
That this is a nostalgic era for food, right?
100%.
I was joking about seeing things like shrimp cocktail back on the menu. We are down with this. It kind of feels like the right time. Have you...
Could I get you a fork? I'll be right back. You get a spoon.
You see, our sous chef is doing well today. No, what I've learned is when he's in his happy place, okay, when he starts bringing out his own nostalgic stories and he starts running around like a 3-year-old, he's learning stuff. And this is what the Culinary Hotline is about. You can be the best chef in the kitchen, but you can always learn. And the fact that we are learning from local produce is very special, my friend.
Absolutely.
How many, was it 4 times the amount of vitamin C than an orange?
Twice,
but 4 sounds better. So we're going to say 4 times the amount of vitamin C.
We'll eat it twice.
Exactly, if you have double the portion. But it's also got a beautiful flavor profile, and the sugar in there is the fun. Okay, so finish the compilation.
All right, so we just got the poached guavas. I've taken the seeds out. And for me, the magic is that syrup has got so much flavor to it. I'm not going to cut them. I'm going to keep them quite whole. I think it will present quite
It
well.
looks beautiful.
What do you think, Clem?
I'm drooling. I'm drooling. What is a guava called in Afrikaans, Drickus?
A kujavel.
A kujavel.
What a nice word,
That is just amazing. Graham, that's your Afrikaans word of the day.
Kujavel for the year, buddy. For the year.
Amazing.
It used to be Sinneweerachtig. Now it's Kujavel. So that was when we were doing only internet trends, and I was eating some rather crazy stuff. These last 2 weeks, we pushed the boat out, okay?
Okay.
And I mean, the internet did kind of redeem itself a little bit, but it's been a tough walk.
A kujavel.
What is
So
that?
this is guava puree, but it's been pureed. It's got skin, seed, and guava in.
Oh, wow.
So it's got natural pectin in. That's why it's turned so thick, and it's really intense in flavor. So you really want a nice sort of
Not too much of
guava.
that, please, Drickus, because I'm going to need all of that to go with some cheese later.
So if you two take this and cook it down further, you would get guava cheese, which is similar to when you cook a quince and you cook it into like a membrillo. It becomes the jelly and it sets at room temperature. That's what it is.
And that with cheese.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Do you know what's going to happen to you tomorrow? You're going to come with one of your dream menus. You're going to come in. I dreamt about something last night based on all of this.
To make it home, I'm coming home with 10 kilograms of guava. just no, already. It's going to be the small that's going to permeate until Christmas. Oh, this is too much. This is beautiful.
And we also haven't actually discussed the price of guavas, and that's so nice. For me, you know, I run a restaurant. I have to do the costings.
Oh, yeah.
I can go to the Epping Mark and I can get a box of guavas, 5 kilograms for about 50, 60 bucks.
And that's amazing.
It's incredible value.
That's reason alone to go out and start buying guavas. And South Africans, to you, this is part of our new series about cooking and eating for the future. So we actually do want you, South Africans, to go out there, purchase the guavas. You've heard the story about the farmers pleading with us to go out and support them. Get your guavas, make the recipe and send it through. We'd love to feature your homegrown recipes featuring guava as well. So please do get out there and start shopping guava.
Isn't this the most chefy thing you can do? You take it, you take everything, you deconstruct it, you reconstruct it, and you put it back inside. Hey, I love that. What are we doing here? Or you could just take a guava and eat it. Yeah. I like your version a lot better. What do you recommend as a first bite?
You've got to get a little bit of everything. So I would first cut a little bit of the guava because it's nice and tender, and then I would go straight for the custard, and then I'll finish with a little bit of sauce.
Okay, let's do that. I like your plan. Okay.
My goodness. Oh, yes, thank you, Chef.
Okay, I'm taking this little guy just to break a little bit off.
You can take the whole thing if you want. So.
Absolutely.
There's a big team of big guys to feed, okay?
We've got a whole one here, you know.
Wow, okay, a little bit of you.
Yeah, that's great.
A little bit of you.
So flan is a bit firmer than a creme caramel.
Okay.
Which is really nice, yeah.
And also much nicer to say than creme caramel. Flan. Hey, come on. Cheers, buddy. An Engel.
Does it add a little bit of nostalgia?
So hard. So hard.
Wow.
I honestly wish I can take taste and like make every South African taste this, because every South African is going to go,
do you know what? Guys, you know what I like the most?
What?
The texture of the guava.
Wow.
The texture of the guava is actually the best thing about the flavor. Is insane. But that mouthfeel, that kind of firm graininess that it feels...
It's got graininess is contrasting towards the silky smooth sort of flan.
Can I be
which is
bold?
really quite
and it also allows the flavor to linger a little bit
and it
longer.
does. It is the 5th of August, 2026, and I can honestly say this is the best thing I've put in my mouth this year.
How old were you when, hey?
Maybe even last year as well. How old was I? Exactly. How old am I? 39 years old.
I was 26 years old when I discovered guava again.
Trickers, this is absolutely magic, and I have to bring someone else into the kitchen to taste as well. Lucian, please. I see you got your spoon ready. This
Look
is...
at the sass.
See, I'm panic eating now because someone else is coming into the mix. Oh, my word.
No joke, South Africa.
But now
this
get some of the sauce as well.
I like the fact that we could say kujal.
But
you know, growing up as a kujal.
Again, Graham, if you see Graham in public, you will be using that word. Just know it's coming.
Okay.
So you've got to give me a bit of help so I can work it in, okay? I'm going to be hanging around the fresh produce aisle for,
Are we going?
for the holiday. Cheers. Ching,
Cheers.
ching.
Ting, ting.
Ching, ching.
Right. No joke. And Chef, you've actually given us the recipe for this dish.
Yeah, sure.
So there is a QR code on screen, and you saw how easy it was for us to make it today. That full recipe is available to you, and you should make this.
But the rule is you've got to go to the restaurant first and then see if you can make it once you know the baseline, once the bar has been set.
Exactly.
I think that's the rule.
Let's talk about the
hey?
restaurant.
Absolutely. Please tell us about the restaurant and what kind of food we can actually expect when we cross those magical doors.
So Vlug is a new restaurant. Opened up in October, so it's less than a year old. It's focused on family. It's comfortable, it's approachable, that's the biggest thing. We open for breakfast and lunch 6 days a week, and we serve simple South African produce-focused food. So there's something for everyone. It's an a la carte menu. There's a couple of snacks available, 5 or 6 starters, 5 or 6 main courses, and 5 puddings with definitely some guava. I have guava and cheese on the menu.
Oh, there we go.
Does that make it easier or more difficult? Because when you do less, you've got to do it perfectly,
It's got to be focused, and there's no way to hide.
Yeah.
But it's also nice when everything is nice and solid, and you know every dish has a purpose on the menu.
Intention.
Intentional.
Talking about intention, you intentionally meant to almost finish that plate. How good was that dessert, Lucian?
So delicious.
God
about the
almighty.
nostalgia of the dish.
Let's get back, because when growing up in Elsis River, our next door neighbours, they had a massive guava tree and a liquid tree. A liquid, you know the liquid?
Yes,
one.
Drinkers will be coming back next month for that one.
And we would grow it in our yard.
And then...
And we would, now obviously, grab
Steal
some.
the guavas, yeah.
But I want to steal.
Borrow.
my stuff.
Just leave a tin of guavas by the front door. You know?
But back to the restaurant. So when are you inviting us, Expresso, to come in the, a whole table?
Yes, of course.
No, that's now signed in. Buddy, what you are doing is amazing. I love that we've been talking about passion and purpose and the science of happiness.
Yeah.
Whatever the chemical makeup of this is, that's the science of happiness right there. You're an artist, my friend. So thank you so much for being that voice, especially for the farmers, those smaller farms, those that rely on the farm-to-table effect. The way that you guys coin that and the way that you keep that cyclical economy going is amazing. So thank you, buddy. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you so much for having
And
me.
we'll be back next week again. Make sure you tune in for Culinary Hotline Bling.
Kuyavo, kuyavo, kuyavo!
Kuyavo, kuyavo, kuyavo.
Incredible.
Think it's just another day? Well, not anymore, because I could be pulling up to your door next. Spin and win up to 20,000 Rand, plus an extra 2,000 Rand if you have a World Sports Betting account, and another 2,000 Rand if you can hit a small dance challenge with me. To enter, all you have to do is head over to the competition post of Expresso's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages, and all you have to do is follow the prompts. And not signed up yet? Well, head to wsb.co.za, use the promo code THEBEAT50 to get a free 50 Rand sports bet. World Sports Betting, bet to the beat. I'll see you soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back one last time. I'm just going to say thank you. I think gratitude has been the currency today, and what an amazing show. I haven't burst out crying, which was quite surprising.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, Louise Carver might have the opportunity to trigger that. Up next, she's going to close off the show on this wonderful Wednesday with an incredible song called Crush on You.
Right, so thanks everybody, and just want to say thank you to Renata Redeman for joining me, violinist extraordinaire, something I always wanted to play. This is a song called Crush on You. It's a new one of mine, and it's about developing a crush even if you're not a teenager. Who knew? Let's go.
Can we start this again? The part where you try to pull me in. My heart, where we're drinking the wine. You ask me my type. I lied. See, I've got a crush on you, baby. I just wanna talk to you. Can I talk to you? Been lighting fires for you, little flames burning into the night, all night. Wanna know what it's like, waking up in your room, talking all through the night. Call me
Wow. Oh, thank you, ladies. I'm going to say, I'm going to extend the same level of gratitude to you, to all of the amazing people who came on the show today. Everyone got the assignment. There has been so much love and passion and energy. I'm remembering kind of introducing you on stages when we were both trying to find our way in this industry. We've walked such an amazing parallel path. I'm so proud of you, girl. So proud of you. So embrace it. Embrace Women's Month. We'll keep all of the details up on how you can connect and find your tribe. And yes, understand the science of happiness.
That's right. We'll see you tomorrow, first thing in the morning, 6 to 9 a.m. We love you. Goodbye.
Adios.
Bye.
Another feel-good production.